It's Tuesday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? I mean, the boys are over at the Albuquerque Duke store. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Cal likes that.
Cal does like that. I am Fred Slow, Van Nunley alongside me. My headphones sound weird. Let me mess with that, Van.
Okay.
Steve Palmisano, welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, fellas. Thank you.
Steve, do you know you got Duke's royalty in the house?
I did not know.
Back at the KNML studio, beautiful historic downtown Albuquerque, New Mexico. One Cal Moots is producing the program today.
What's going on, guys? It's good to be here.
What's up, Cal?
As you know, Cal, I'm sorry to beat a dead horse here, but we are at the Duke's team store. Cal, the grandson of the originator of the Duke's logo.
Absolutely.
Dick Moots.
Dick Moots.
That's cool. I mean, you've probably known
some serious bloodlines.
You've known
right
Cal
there.
since he was a baby.
Yes, I have.
A little itty bitty baby.
That's right. And I saw Steve not that long ago, just a couple of weeks back. He made an appearance at my family reunion, I believe.
Oh,
well, I was honored to be invited.
Absolutely.
Nice.
It was good to see you there.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be on today, and I could say hi to you, Steve.
What a deal. Got a
Sounds
great
good.
program for you today. I mean, just 2 hours and 15 minutes of Achilles rupturing talk, right? I mean, that's what we're doing today on the program.
Fred's back. Fred's here.
Hey, Fred, how's it going?
Headphones
Fred.
sound weird.
Yeah, so do mine.
Let's do this, Cal. Let's go to break. Whenever we get back, more 2 Men On live from the Albuquerque Duke store. It's 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This report brought to you by
All right, brother,
Quality
we're
by
getting
DiLorenzo,
something weird
Lomas
on our
in
end.
Pennsylvania.
This September,
Okay, I cut your mic, so we'll just see what you can do. Let me know how I can help.
I don't
get
know what we can do. Hold on.
1.9% financing OAC on all Acadia Ford GXs.
Test one,
Quality
test two.
by DiLorenzo,
Test one, test
QualityDeal.com.
two, test one, test. I don't hear it. Oh, no, I do
Traffic
hear it
right now, things starting to
Definitely
pick up
there.
in a number
So
of
your
spots
voice
here in the metro.
sounds
Westbound on
normal. Cal
I-40
sounds
between
normal.
the interchange and
Mine,
Ford,
I'm like-
slowdowns there. Also seeing
It's a
congestion
live
northbound
echo.
on I-25. That's going to start at
That's
Gibson.
how I
It'll
would
last
describe
until
it, too,
Lomas.
but I have it too.
Southbound on I-25, just south of Paseo, you're going to see slowdowns. Those slowdowns are going to last until Comanche. Westbound on Paseo right now between I-25 and 2nd Street, moving slow. And seeing slowdowns both directions of Alameda as you approach 2nd Street.
This message is brought to you by the New Mexico Department of Game and Fish.
Check
TJ
one,
Trout
check
here,
two,
and whether
Sam
you're a
was fine.
seasoned angler or a first-time fisher person, New Mexico has something for everybody. Explore hidden fishing gems and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit the Department of Game and Fish website to learn more. Get out and fish, New Mexico.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and
You
Mattress.
got anything going
Proudly
on your
providing
end,
New
Cal?
Mexicans with
Because
quality furniture
we
and
don't-
service for over 87 years.
we're not
I'm
seeing
Michael
anything
Carlisle
else
from
at
the
the moment.
96.3 News.
Everything here sounds and looks normal to me. The board looks completely normal. I don't have anything out of the ordinary here, as far as I can see.
Can you
Home
grab
for the
Jared?
isotopes. Here, John
He just left. I'll call him. I'll call him and see if he can come check it out.
Road at El Paso. First pitch is 6:35.
Going back is Ornelas. Still going back at the track. You can tell it goodbye.
Will be on the Sports Animal, and the Albuquerque Isotopes will be on 94.5 FM and AM 1050.
Test one, test two.
Go
Yeah,
Topes
it's
from
even worse.
95.9
I think
FM and AM
it's worse 'cause it's
610.
louder.
The Sports Animal.
Paid for by National Tax Advisory Services. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, and other hostile measures by the
Check one, check
IRS.
two.
Call tax relief helpers right now at 800-761-2855 and get the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes, and it was scary.
Don't wait another day. Call 800-761-2855 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, or other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-761-2855.
Guys, if I can't get you back on here, do you want me to just put CBS Sports up or something like that?
No one wants legal problems, but
So,
somehow,
Cal,
some way, they seem to find you.
When we're
Where do you
coming
turn when you need
through,
help?
do you
For more than
hear
40
like a
years,
kind of
Rudy Chavez
robotic
has had
kind
the
of
people of
live
New
echo?
Mexico's back.
Definitely not. Everything sounds and looks normal here.
Experience and compassion in your corner. Call the law offices of Rudy Chavez at 505-242-5500. That's 505-242-5500, or visit rudychavezlaw.com. Contact Rudy today and make your legal problems go away.
Trying a power cycle.
In the mood for
Powering back on. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. It's gone now that I powered it back on, but the computer, the Comrex is booting up. We're not connected. So now it's not in our ears, unconnected. I'm connecting now.
deal. Visit our station website
And
Friday morning at 9 a.m. and get a $50 gift certificate for just $25. The place is amazing and the deal's going to fly, so don't slack off. Grab your deal from Dave's High Desert Grill.
The Duke City's home for sports. 95.9 FM and AM.
All right, we're good, Cal.
You guys ready to come back on?
Sports Animal.
Back on the program. Got those tech diffs figured out. It's like we're living in a world of just constant confusion.
I mean, much like every single time in Albuquerque it rains, everything goes haywire. People know how to act. I think that goes the same thing for our equipment, Fred.
Well, and it's raining in El Paso, too. So if you thought you were going to be listening to the Albuquerque Isotopes right at 6:30, we don't know.
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. Maybe we don't know. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe in 10 minutes, Mike Lombardi will join us on the program. We're going to have a lot of fun talking to him. Talk a little bit about the NFL. He's got a new book out, man. That's going to be a lot of fun.
That's exciting.
Go over that at length with him. Talk about the business. Going to have all kinds of fun. Tough Monday Night Football game last night. We'll kind of jump past the jokes, get into the headlines of the day. Tough Monday Night Football game last night. If you are a fan of Cinderella stories, if you're a fan of riding off into the sunset, if you're a fan of poetic endings, because none of that will come for Aaron Rodgers and the New Jersey Jets. None of it.
Not going to lie. Full disclosure here, Fred.
Yeah.
I am a disappointed sports fan last night and today, and until this shock wears off, that we got 6 months of Aaron Rodgers talk, Aaron Rodgers speculation.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got the gift of the best season of Hard Knocks in the history of Hard Knocks, only to have our hopes and dreams of a New Jersey Jets run led by four-time MVP Aaron Rodgers stolen from us 75 seconds into Monday Night Football last night.
Steve Palmisano is here with a handful of I told you so's. You're not there. You are here with that, or you're not?
I'm a little ambivalent.
Oh, yeah? You just don't care? That's
well, I mean, karma comes to mind. I don't know why it does, but
I don't like that word karma right now. No, it's not karma.
It's not?
What did Aaron Rodgers do wrong?
I don't know.
What did Aaron Rodgers do?
I mean, misinform a bunch of people in Wisconsin and the Midwest about COVID policy.
That part sucked.
Okay.
Sucked that he did that. He should not have done that.
Beyond that, I love the guy.
Why?
He's entertaining.
Super.
He trolls the media.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of alternative medicine. I'm a fan of medicine, first off. Let's not get that confused.
Big medicine guy.
Also, I love me some alternative medicine.
Yeah.
You'll see me with some tinctures every once in a while, Fred. I'm not mad at him for that. What I am mad at is his stupid 4-ply Charmin soft Achilles rupturing 4 plays into the game.
Is that how many he got? 4?
4 plays. 75 seconds into his Jets tenure.
He threw it one pass, but it was incomplete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's the worst quarterback in the history of the Jets?
Yep.
Oh, God, that sucks.
It's 0 for this year.
God, that sucks so bad.
Josh Allen completed more passes to Jets players than Aaron Rodgers did yesterday. Yeah, it's true fact.
It's
true
wild
stat.
in 2024 that the Jets roster is going to have Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Like, that's super crazy. That's like Madden stuff.
You beat me to it. I mean, if there's ever a Curb Your Enthusiasm, Larry David spite adventure, it's going to be Tom Brady on the Jets. It's a triple banger for Tom Brady. Number one, he got his day in the sun on Sunday when he was honored in New England.
He was like pumping his fist in the air. He was like, whose house? Brady's house. Like,
so he gets to pull one over on the Patriots again, and he gets to pull one over on the second best number 12 of all time, and then he gets to pull one over on Jimmy Garoppolo somehow, being Jimmy Garoppolo's boss and beating him this year. That's a triple whammy for Tom Brady.
He doesn't own the Raiders yet. I see what you were doing there. That, if he owned the Raiders, there's no way Tom Brady's going to the Jets.
Part owner of the Raiders.
You heard what I said. Now, because he's not in that group, he's not a quote-unquote owner
yet.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers trade his rights. I assume they have his rights, or did that contract expire?
I believe it is voided.
Voided.
Yeah, through his official retirement.
No, that's not how that works. So you can't just retire and then say I'm available. Like, if you still have years left on your deal, because that was always a big part of the Barry Sanders talk from all those years ago.
All right, let's try it right now. I officially retire from 2 Men On.
Okay.
The number one sportsiest sports talk radio show in the history of the universe.
Or your heart. Now what? What is the next step?
Breaking news.
No, you can't just...
Van Nunley is back on 2 Men On.
Yeah, unretired.
The number one sportsiest sports show in the history of the world right here on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back, Van. Let's go.
You're very confused.
Is that not how it works?
You're very confused.
Damn it, but that's the way I want it to work, Fred. All right, fine. I'll settle for Matt Ryan.
Well, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want Matt Ryan.
Fitzpatrick.
Give me some Fitz magic. Sign me up for some more Fitz magic in New Jersey.
Robert Saleh said today, whoever they bring in will be a backup to their current quarterback, second overall draft pick, because they believe in it. They think this thing's going to work. The Wilson to Wilson connection is the answer. Maybe.
Worked yesterday.
Did not. He threw one touchdown pass, and that reception was from the guy who might be the best doing it right now.
That's probably the least likely reception in the history of the StatCast era.
I would agree.
Yeah. That catch had a 0.01% probability.
100%, a 0.01% probability. We got to get our breaks right so we can step away and come back with Mike Lombardi. We're going to do that right now. Whenever we get back, Mike Lombardi joining us on the program. We're going to do a little bit more NFL talk. He's got a new book coming out. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. Cal's going to effort him during the break. And we'll be back with more 2 Men On live from the Albuquerque Duke store on a rainy Tuesday.
Love it.
Rainy Tuesday.
Got the door open here at the Duke store. Feeling that crisp air, baby.
95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer.
Warning. If you are 60 or older, RSV can be a dangerous respiratory virus.
Yeah, I'll get them through right now.
Warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. This message is brought to you by Pfizer.
Traffic right now, things moving slow in a number of areas. Let's start with westbound on I-40. You're going to run into slowdowns as you approach the interchange. Those are going to last until Coors. Watch yourself going through there. Northbound on I-25 approaching Gibson. Traffic starts to slow down. Those slowdowns last until Lomas. Southbound I-25 between Osuna and Comanche. Got some congestion there as well. Seeing more slowdowns right now westbound on Paseo. Those are going to start at I-25. They're going to last until Coors. Be careful going through there. And headed west on Alameda right now, approaching 2nd Street. Traffic's moving slow there as well.
Day of the Tread. The Day of the Jet themed bike event is October 28th and 29th. The Boss K Bone Shaker Gravel Ride offers 3 distances. Our road event has distances for all ages and skill.
I called him once and it went to voicemail. I'm trying again now.
Thank you.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
London's calling, and the sports animal has a daily chance for you to get registered for a London flyaway. Text London to 505-246-0610.
That's a 508 area code, right? Not 505?
5 days and 4 nights in historic London, plus a
Okay, good. I just am confirming he's not picking up.
and all you need to do is text. Brought to you by Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or at fiestasubaru.com. Please don't text and drive. Contest details are online now at sportsanimалabq.com.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called Select.
Copy, dial in now.
Identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, Select Quote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call Select Quote at 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050.
Select Quote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Nathan's Hot Dogs are back at Blake. The new larger lot of dogs are made with 100% premium beef with no fillers. Try it classic or with Blake's chili con carne and cheese. You asked and they listened. Available for a limited time at Blake's Lottaburger.
The Malloy Los Lunas Car Rodeo 10 sale is your time to save. Rope big deals like 0.9% financing during the Malloy Los Lunas Car Rodeo 10 sale going on now. Visit MalloyLosLunas.com because when you think 10 sale, think Malloy Los Lunas.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote.
I called him 6 times and he went to voicemail every time.
Now, drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-989-8906. That's 800-989-8906. What do you have to lose? Call 800-989-8906. Again, 800-989-8906.
It's the massive sales gargantuan blowout at Fiesta.
Now we might have had him.
Why are you talking like that? Because my voice sells lots of cars. So you're
Copy. I have you guys in less than a minute coming back, okay?
Yeah,
a hassle-free buying experience.
No problem.
Is you saying it? Yes. See what?
Do you want me to dial him at 4:30 or just hold off till you tell me more?
Stop. Folks, just come see us in person. Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or fiestasubaru.com. Fiesta Subaru. Okay, I'm done with you.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. You want an exciting and fast-paced podcast based on one of the most popular segments in the history of The Rich Eisen Show? Well, you got it. Overreaction Monday, hosted by me, Rich Eisen, and my compadre, Chris Brockman. And every Monday, we're going to dive into the headlines from pro and college football and overreact. Are you ready, Chris Brockman? Yay or nay?
Yes, Rich. No holding back, buddy. I'm coming for you.
Absolutely what you need to hear. Overreaction Monday, every single, wait for it, Monday, wherever you listen.
This is where New Mexico comes for sport. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Back live from the Albuquerque Duke Store. Mike Lombardi, we're going to move to 4:30. Production note.
I'm stoked for that interview.
That's going to be good. It's going to be booked out, football done right. We'll talk to he about that. Had a lot of fun last night at Howie Sports Base. Big thank you to all the friends of the show that showed up. That was a big deal to us. I guess we had some first timers too. So that was fun too. So yeah, all the OG day one-ishes from back in the ABQ Central days. Thank you for coming out. all the new friends of the show. Thank you for coming out. We got invited, Steve, to about 1 million tailgates for the Lobo football game this Saturday.
Nice.
We're going to go to 1 million of them.
Starting at what time?
Right now.
What is all day?
Yes. I was talking to Edmonds and Harris today, who, runs all the events over there.
Sure.
Yeah. And State Athletic Commission meeting. I'm doing some stuff for pro wrestling or whatever, right?
Sweet.
So we started talking about the Lobo football game, and just we have this talk, and it goes, "Hey, what's the president's going to look like over there?" There's going to be a big one. So,
Sure.
Yeah, State is coming in, and just everything is going to be there for the State and University game. It's going to take a minute, is what I'm trying to tell you. It's going to take an extra minute to get there. I would encourage you, don't bring your bag. Like if you have to, if you got to bring a purse or a bag or whatever, bring that. Cool. But just be prepared to wait for a little bit.
Sure.
Because that's how this thing is going to be on Saturday.
I mean, if there was 17,000 people there for Tennessee Tech, we're going to set some records on Saturday, right?
I believe he will. I believe we will.
This is one of the biggest in the history of the rivalry. Obviously, the Rio Grande rivalry, the battle of I-25, it's a huge deal every year, no matter what.
Hey, Cal, can you reach back out to Mike Lombardi? He just texted me. He's ready. So we'll bring him in a little bit early after we connect with him. So that's going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be a big weekend. Obviously, we'll be out there. We'll have a lot of fun. We're having our own little tailgate as the Sports Animal, so come hang out with us. That's going to be sweet. I'm going to wear tennies, though. Normally, I try to look but there's going to be a lot of walking. There's going to be a lot of fun out there. I'm going to Uber, too. Like, I'm not going to try to play any games with this. Like, I'm going to get in, I'm going to get out, I'm going to do that whole thing. I guess where I live, I could just walk, too. So maybe I didn't even think.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I didn't even think that went through.
I might just park at your place.
Yeah, it might be the spot. Cal Moots efforting, getting Mike Lombardi on the program right now, so we're excited to have whenever he does join. So we're out last night. Steve didn't make it out to Howie Sports page.
I did not.
Okay,
I did not.
What's the deal with that?
Well, A-Marie texted me and said,
"She's not
don't
going.
go."
Oh, God.
She was out of town, so
she did.
also not joining us. You know how that is. Well, and it was a tough start too, because the energy was different with the injury to Aaron Rodgers last night.
Yeah.
The energy was
crazy.
It was crazy, and it was. We were watching from Howie's last year. Remember, DeMar Hamlin went down.
Correct.
And
Mike's all ready,
it was like
guys. Mike is
a
on.
weird grass thing. Cal, if you're whispering to me, I cannot hear you. The idea last night was as soon as Aaron Rodgers went down, everyone went, no. Like, that was the consensus.
Even Bills fans had, just
Mike is ready.
Stunning energy in the crowd.
Yeah. Well,
they don't want to win it that way.
We'll circle.
They didn't,
but
they didn't want to.
And we'll circle back to the fan bases of both the New York Jets and Buffalo Bills after we sit down and talk with a guy who's in a front office for a long time. Obviously, all this time in New England. He's a guy who's helped replace quarterbacks in position guys. Joining us on the program, the friend of the show hotline, the Sports Animal Hotline, Mike Lombardi. Welcome, friend.
How there? How we doing?
Doing well, my man. Congratulations on the new book. Congratulations on everything going on. But before we get to that, how do you figure out this quarterback situation in New York?
Well, you don't. I mean, that's part of that's why you drafted the guy, the second pick overall in the draft. You got to try to make him. To me, I don't know if you guys remember the scene in the movie Apollo 13 when all the scientists are in the room sitting around the conference table and a guy walks in with a cardboard box and he dumps all this stuff on the table and he says, we got to make this look like that using nothing but this. And that's it. That's exactly what it is. That's what's in front of the Jets. They have to do that. I mean, they have to do everything they can to make Zach Wilson. I mean, look, if there were enough quarterbacks to help the Jets, all these teams would be looking for quarterbacks.
Sure.
Daniel Jones wouldn't have got $40 million a year, but there aren't. And so that's what's going on. And I think at the end of the day, you got to make the players that you have better, and you got to try to find a way to win games like they did last night. Special teams, defense, turn the ball over. I mean, you don't have to win the stat sheet. You have to win the game.
I mean, anybody with an eye for football knows the Jets' defense is going to be strong if they stay healthy. But quarterback play, I mean, that's the key to the Jets. Robert Saleh said that Zach Wilson is their guy. Do you think that's 100% true, or is he holding out for a better option?
Well, I don't know if he has a better option.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story. So in 2007, when Tom Brady tore his knee, in New England that night were two quarterbacks. One of them was Christopher Sims. I forget who the other one was, but they were coming in for a workout. It had nothing to do with Brady. They were just going to work out to be on the emergency list to see if they could be somebody that could possibly, be somebody who had brought in case of an injury. Belichick sent them both home before he even let them come over the building because he wanted to send a message to his team that we could win with Matt Castle, that we could win. And I think, to me, that's what the Jets need to do. They need to tell everybody we can win with Zach Moore. They got to stand behind him. Now, I got to be honest. I watched Zach Moore last night. I thought Zach Moore didn't look like he was ready to go. I think Zach Moore was like the kid who didn't know there was going to be a test that day at school,
Sure.
and so he was kind of a little surprised and wasn't prepared.
Well, and Zach Wilson is who we're talking about. Zach Moore is the defensive end for Panthers.
And Zach Morris was the cool guy in Saved by the Bell. So let's connect them all together.
Oh, I'm sorry. Zach Wilson. I get my names. I apologize.
Well, and if there's a guy that's seen a lot of names come through football rosters, it's Mike Lombardi, who's joining us on the program. You know him as a media analyst, obviously, all of his time in the front offices of the New England Patriots and Cleveland Browns. Kind of half the NFL, really, but I think those are the two that jump out. And now you got a new book out, my man. Talk to me a little bit about Football Done Right.
Football Done Right is really about the history of the game, the coaching trees. I start the book off talking about essentially the 5 coaching trees, what I call the white oaks. People that have really influenced the game and have made a difference in the game. Red Barrel Blake at the West Point Knights of Army, Sid Gilman from the San Diego Chargers by way of Ohio State and West Point, Paul Brown, the greatest coach of all. Then you go into Clark Shaughnessy, the founding father of the T formation, who basically put the quarterback position on the map. And then, of course, the great Bill Walsh, who won the West Coast offense.
Well, and you have a rich personal history with Bill Walsh as well, obviously, dating all the way.
Yeah.
So, how fitting that is. He is a big part of this story as well. As you're doing your research, what is the thing that jumped out to you, Mike Lombardi, that was so interesting and so inspiring to cause you to start this book?
Well, I used to get on the team bus with Coach Walsh, and he would always doodle Clark Shaughnessy plays, and he was a historian, and he always believed the past lied the clues to the future. And he truly believed that you had to look in the past to be able to find answers for the present. And he got me going on history, and he would talk about those times in his time with Al Davis, and then at the Cincinnati Bengals and their expansion team. I mean, when I went up there, he told me to go get tape on Jerry Rice, and I brought 3 cans of tape to him. This is in 1984. So we were working off 16 millimeter tape. We had to put it in a machine. It was very hard to get. So I brought it on his desk and I left it up there, and everybody in the league was looking for those 3 canisters of tape. And I was too scared to go ask him for it. And finally, one day in the hallway in March, I said, "Coach, can I get that tape? Are you done with it?" And he said, "Oh yeah, I'm done with it. Go get it." So I went up to his office, and he had a note attached to the tape. He said, the note said, "John Jefferson, ... with speed." Now, nobody remembers who John Jefferson was, but he was a great receiver in the early 80s. And I think people don't have an appreciation for all the things that has happened around the league, and I thought it was important. When I traded for Randy Moss, and Al Davis obviously was the responsible for allowing me to trade for Randy Moss and okayed it. I did just the mechanical work of the deal. But when we did that, I went into his office and I said, "We just traded for one of the greatest receivers of all time." And I got a 40-minute lecture on why Lance Allworth will always be the greatest receiver of all time.
That's too much fun. Michael Lombardi joining us. We're talking, obviously, about his book, Football Done Right.
Part of football being done right, Mike, is all of the fields having grass. So the greatest regular season quarterback in the history of the game doesn't go down 4 plays into the game. Are you in the camp of getting rid of artificial turf?
I am, but I don't think last night is the reason. I think it's just generally the reason. Let me give you an example. When I was a fat little kid, I loved the Washington football team, the Redskins. And in 1972, I was watching them play the New York Giants in Yankee Stadium while they were building the Meadowlands, eating chocolate chip cookies. And Sonny Jurgensen, after he completed a 13-yard pass, walked off that grass field clutching his lower body, and he tore his Achilles. And then when I was the general manager of the Cleveland Browns, I was up on the roof watching Dan Marino drive the ball down the field, and he threw an incompletion, and he reached for his lower body, and he limped off the field, and he tore his Achilles. That game was on grass. Dan Marino was 33 years old. Sonny Jurgensen was 38. Those two ring a bell in my memory, and both of them were on grass. I don't know if it was the turf that made the injury. He had a calf injury, and any doctor will tell you, look, remember when Kevin Durant had that calf injury and what happened to him? Tore his Achilles. He was on hardwood. So I don't think you can take 1 + 1 = 2, but I do think you should get rid of artificial turf.
I like that connection there, and it's interesting to me how the Jets just seem struck. This seems twice now with the Vinny Testaverde in '99, to where you got some two teams, the one this year, the one in '99, that both seem primed for a Super Bowl run if they have the right quarterback, and it's the exact same injury. I guess it's poetic, but that's the worst kind of poetry you can read.
Yeah, I would think poor Jet fans don't see it as poetry. They see it as this is just, we're doomed. We've just been doomed our whole life, and, we're just never going to come back from it.
Joining us on the program, Mike Lombardi. In all your years in and around the National Football League, how many times have you explained you're not related to Vince Lombardi?
Pretty much I tell everybody this all the time. I say, my last name was Smith, and when I decided to get into football, I thought, why not change it to Lombardi, give me an advantage? So, but I got to say this. I wrote about this in the book. When I used to call Sid Gilman on the phone, and because Al Davis worked for Sid Gilman at one time, when I used to call him on the phone and talk to him, he would always reminisce about Vince. And I didn't have the heart to tell him I wasn't his son. I just let him go on with it. And he would bring Esther, his wife, into the phone. And I had to send him tape. I literally had to send him video. Till the day he died, he was watching football.
I thought you were saying you were sending him video of your birth just to prove you weren't.
No. No. He thought I was related. So he kept asking me about my family. Oh, I miss your dad, and I'm like, well, I didn't have the heart to tell him my dad was a barber.
Mike, you can't tell the story of football without the voices behind it. To you, who were some of the most influential voices, the broadcasters, the commentators, the legends of the game behind the microphones?
Well, I think Madden certainly was, and everybody knows Madden because of the game, maybe not because of what he was able to do on the mic. But I think the two that really should get recognized more than ever is, first of all, Howard Cosell. Wow. Howard Cosell really made the NFL. But people don't realize that in the early 70s, bowling was a popular sport, and bowling leagues around the country on Monday night were really popular. People wanted to go bowl. People had bowling jackets. People had bowling balls. Monday night was bowling night in America. And when Monday Night Football came on board in 1971, that ended the bowling leagues. Bowling leagues slowly started to die because bowling wasn't, you had to stay home. You couldn't tape the game and go bowl. You had to watch the game. So it became something you had to stay home to do, and it became popular. For example, Miller Brewing Company, Miller Light Beer and all those things, they were a regional brewing company. And it wasn't until they got an ad on Monday Night Football, they became a national brewing company. And then they did the ads with the athletes, and all of a sudden Miller Lite became a popular thing. And then Jimmy the Greek and Brent Musburger talking about gambling on the NFL Today. Those two voices, Musburger and Cosell, were huge. Cosell was bigger than life itself. He had his own TV show on Saturday night called Saturday Night Live with Howard Cosell. He gave Saturday Night Live the title. They just called Saturday Night on NBC. He allowed them to use the live after his show got canceled. He was bigger than life. He belongs in the Hall of Fame for what he did for the league.
We all know the rise of Miller Lite is because it's less filling. Obviously.
Yeah, tastes great.
Mike Lombardi, thank you for taking the time with us, brother. We absolutely
thank you guys. Appreciate you.
The thing we're so excited about the book, though, is the different perspectives, man. From scout to general manager and the story that's behind it. Football done right, setting the record straight on coaches, players, and the history of the NFL. Mike, where's the best place to get it?
Anywhere you can buy your book. Anywhere you buy your favorite books, it's out there available. To whether Kindle, it's available Audible, anywhere at all.
Excellent. Mike Lombardi, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
New friend of the show, Mike Lombardi. That was nice.
That's a shame we only got one segment with Mike because he is an absolute wealth of knowledge and experience. I'd love to pick his brain for hours.
Doing the rounds today, man.
Sure.
That's what happens. You get the new book. You get all, like, everyone. Like, I was interested. You were like, hey, are we getting? Yes, we're doing it. So Mike Lombardi, big thank you to he. He's got kind of a fun story. He was a scout for Bill Walsh, and then every single job title you can hold up until 3-time Super Bowl champion with the New England Patriots.
Impressive resume.
Wild. We'll step away when we come back. Cal, thank you for all your navigation on this one today. More of Two Men On live at the Albuquerque Duke store as we continue football recap, and I promise you no baseball talk.
Ugh.
Two Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. Yankees suck. The sports animal.
This report is sponsored by
You guys are clear.
Backstage. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? Here's a hint. Fall finds for $25 and under, like sharp blazers, cozy sweaters, cargo pants, jackets, and more. Find the latest trends and new arrivals at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
As we take a look at traffic right now, things moving slow in a number of spots. Let's start with westbound on Paseo, where you're going to see congestion between I-25 and Coors. Be careful going through there. Southbound on I-25, just south of Paseo, you're going to see slowdowns. Those slowdowns will last until Candelaria. Westbound on I-40 approaching Carlisle, traffic's moving slow there. Those slowdowns will last until Coors. Northbound I-25 right now, Gibson to Lomas, dealing with some slowdowns there as well.
Brought to you by the 2023 New Mexico State Fair, September 7th through the 17th.
All the rodeo drama fit for the big screen is coming to you live from the New Mexico State Fair with the PRCA Rodeo and Extreme Bulls. We're talking the biggest bulls and all the live action you can handle. Premiering September 8th. Get your tickets at exponm.com. Presented by Chevron.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Maggie Gray with a CBS Sports Minute. While Aaron Rodgers' injury is the biggest headline from Monday night, what's buried? The Jets are still a really talented football team. The question is, can you win with a great defense, an elite receiver, and a robust run game? The answer is yes. The San Francisco 49ers showed what's possible last year, replacing Jimmy Garoppolo with Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy. If the Jets can find a point guard like Purdy, all will not be lost for Gang Green. I'm Maggie Gray.
Celebrate Cheering Fridays with the Sports Animal. Every Friday before a home game, we're turning the town cherry. Need new Lobo gear? The Sports Animal's got you. Join the Sports Animal for a t-shirt raid in the parking lot of one Albertsons somewhere in the city. Get your Lobo gear and home game tickets while supplies last. Join us from Albertsons on Eubank and Candelaria at 2 p.m. Get there quick and help us paint the town cherry. From 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
No one wants legal problems, but somehow, some way, they seem to find you. Where do you turn when you need help? For more than 40 years, Rudy Chavez has had the people of New Mexico's back. If you're facing a legal issue, you want to have Rudy's experience and compassion.
For sure.
Call the law offices of Rudy Chavez at 5.
No, I still see myself on there, but I guess I'm gone. Let me go ahead and reboot here.
Or visit RudyChavezLaw.com. Contact Rudy today and make your legal problems go away.
You can host the best backyard barbecue. You find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
Every business seeks an advantage, whether
got me back,
location, hiring top talent, or spotting trends before they.
We have a minute 30.
Can give your business a new advantage. Introducing USPS Ground Advantage. Reliable and affordable 2 to 5 day package shipping. It's the advantage you need at the price you want. Get the Ground Advantage at USPS.com/advantage. The United States Postal Service. Delivering for America.
Eric Strauss here. There is nothing easy about soffits and easements.
You have to get out the ladder, the paint, the mess. Yuck. I hired CertaPro painters to repaint my faded old soffits and easements, and now my house looks amazing. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Schedules fill up fast, so now's the time to plan your project for your home or business.
Okay, next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable, fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent
we're going all the way
and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring today.
3 commercials.
Meet
Is
Bruce.
that right?
Hey there.
He's a
That's right. So I'll be playing your bumper music next. There's nothing else.
Luckily, other things come easy,
We'll run it
like
for
banking with
20 minutes.
Chase. On a tip from his banker, he set up
16.
AutoSave in the Chase mobile app. So what are you saving for, Bruce?
Father-daughter soccer camp.
Smart bankers, convenient tools, one bank with the power of both. Visit chase.com.
All right, guys, we're coming back after this ad.
What's yours?
AutoSave requires a Chase checking and savings account. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Come armchair quarterback with the opening drive. Weekday mornings starting at 7 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Switching lanes in that old school Chevy while I'm gripping that bang. I'm trying to tell him miss the game, but they ain't listen all around the world this week.
Back live from the Albuquerque Beach Sport Big Thing. Mikey Marty was joining us. 505-246-0610, Sports Animal text line and hotline. Texter says that game last night was straight wrestling. I mean, there's some stories being told on Monday Night Football last night.
Could there have been more stories?
Steve Palmisano with us from the Albuquerque Duke store. He says that there are some Piazza boxes left. This is to my surprise, Steve.
Yeah.
Everyone I've talked to says, I'm going down there to get a Piazza box.
We still have a couple left.
Where are they at? Where are these people that talk to me?
I don't know. They need to come in and say famous Freddie.
Fabulous Freddie Fame?
Yeah.
Close enough.
Everyone knows that it's Fabulous Freddie Fame.
Right. I think you added a name since last time.
Are you talking about from Duke City Championship Wrestling, Fabulous Freddie Fame?
I just thought you went by Fast Freddie.
Fast Freddie? No.
Famous Freddie.
Yes, Fabulous Freddie Fame.
Okay, yeah. Tell them to mention your name.
The short version,
The 3 F's.
Fabulous Freddie Famous is my Christian name.
Oh, you dropped it all the way down to Fabulous Freddie Fame. Thanks for taking it so easy on all of us.
I am unique.
Triple
talent.
F.
Yeah, that's good.
I saw one of those '90s throwback Piazza shirts out in the wild yesterday.
They're
yeah,
so sweet.
They
turned out
one
really
of the
good.
coolest T-shirts I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, they are.
Do you, like people who buy your new Piazza T-shirt? Do they wear it out immediately, or do they wait till they get to their car and then
They
throw it?
usually take off whatever they're wearing.
That's
here
what I
and
do.
Throw it
Yep.
on. Yeah.
I've done that with a lot of your stuff.
You have. I've seen that undershirt of yours one too many times.
I wear the exact same cut undershirt all the time. Like I have, I don't know, dozens of them.
Oh, good.
But they're all cut the exact same way. So they're like Hanes T-shirts or whatever. But I cut them to where there's a line right over my what area would you call this? Yeah, but it's like the feature of the nipples.
Yes.
Yes, I cut the line.
I would call it a nipple cliff.
Yeah,
right on the
what-
edge of the nipple cliff.
Yeah, like Heathcliff the
Manfred.
All right, that's the best. Monday Night Football last night was the one. The game itself was a snoozer.
Not unless you love defense.
Turned out to be
Yeah.
pretty crazy. It was like nothing.
Here's what I
until
learned.
the end.
Here's what I learned last night. If you line up opposite defensively, if you put Sauce Gardner on one side, then you just get 3 interceptions on the other side.
That's correct.
That's what I learned.
That is correct.
No one's going to throw at Sauce Gardner. Just 3 interceptions on the other side.
Not only did the Jets defense and eventually the special teams win this game almost single-handedly,
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Whitehead, the kid number 3, who got 3 picks in one game
Pretty good.
because no one's dumb enough to throw at Sauce Gardner,
Correct.
made a bag. He has a bunch of regular season markers to hit, and he gets contract bonuses.
Oh, okay.
One of the the levels is
Three
three interceptions,
Oh,
and
stop.
he hit it in the first game
so
and got
lame.
$250,000.
Ooh, on that third one?
Yeah.
How steady are your hands?
Just never been more steady than his
Like,
entire life.
You're like Leonardo DiCaprio in The Departed. And you're like, my hand doesn't shake. Because that's, what was it, a $500,000? Quarter mil?
Quarter mil.
Quarter mil?
That third pick got him $250,000, and he's still got a whole season to go. We all know no one's throwing at Sauce Gardner.
No, literally no one. And also, the window's closed on Jake Allen, by the way. Like, the Bills are done.
Okay, now that's just foolish.
What? I looked at I saw their team.
You saw Josh Allen, top 3 quarterback in the NFL, play the New York Jets, a top 3 defense in the NFL. The Jets are going to make a lot of people look stupid throughout the year. I don't know about 4 turnovers stupid, but the Jets are going to make a lot of quarterbacks look foolish all year. Josh Allen is still that dude. Bills Mafia. Don't worry about it.
Oh, worry about it.
It's the first game of the year in New Jersey. The mystique of Aaron Rodgers. The defense knew that they had to step it up and play for Zach Wilson. Like I'm not surprised at any of this.
I'm not surprised that he's done.
They were tied going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It went into overtime.
That guy you're talking about, the guy that you're saying is the Messiah, he's actually the pariah. He's terrible. Zach Allen, is that his name? He cannot go out there.
He was a little shook, wasn't he?
Put up 16 points on a Monday night whenever, despite the other team having 0 quarterbacks healthy on their roster, and only put up 16? No. They only scored 22. They should be averaging 40 points a game if Jake Allen is the success that everyone claims he's going to be. He's not. He's a joke.
Josh Allen is still that dude. He will be fine. Not every team in the NFL is as good defensively as the New Jersey Jets. Don't freak out. Don't buy into one game. One game is not the whole season. Josh Allen is still that dude.
4 turnovers.
I think he was trying to avoid a Achilles injury all night.
He looked at the field. He said, no. He said, not trying to.
He got shook when Aaron Rodgers went down. He wasn't going to do it.
He's the reason that the Bills lost. He is the reason that the Jets won. The Jets did not win because of Zach Wilson. The Jets won because of Josh Allen.
That was a pretty good catch.
Oh, absolutely.
Yo.
The Jets' defense was the real deal. Josh Allen should have done better. I mean, instead of 4 turnovers, 2 turnovers would have won the game. You don't want your quarterback to give up 2 turnovers in a game. He doubled that.
Do you remember in overtime when they had the ball? Do you remember that part of last night?
Oh, the 3 and out?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Josh Allen.
I'm not concerned.
What?
Because I did invest a second-round draft pick in my fantasy money league.
Okay, here's the real
So
truth.
he's still going to be just fine, says my fantasy team.
Okay, this is real. He only completed half his passes. He only threw for 200 yards. He threw for no tutties. He turned it over 4 times. He has 17 career turnovers against the Jets. That's by far the most against any team. They have his number. The Jets are going to the Super Bowl. Josh Allen and the Bills are donezo.
The Jets are going 7-10 again.
What?
The Jets' defense is good enough to win 5 games by themselves, and they
And then
probably get to play the Cardinals and the Texans. Boom, there's 7 wins.
Then they put Tom Brady at quarterback, and after you have Tom Brady at quarterback, you go undefeated the rest of the season. That's how this thing works.
Well, I mean, once Tom Brady gets all of his money back from the Davis family and he's able to be a free agent again, then that's a maybe. But for now, the Jets are rolling with Zach Wilson. Put on your magic Under Armour, baby. Let's go.
Did Stephon Diggs just take the night off, or am I a little confused?
No, he had to go up against Sauce Gardner.
They didn't even look. They threw it all to what's old boy's name with the 3 picks?
Yeah, him.
Whitehead, what was his name?
Correct. Yes, Whitehead.
Yeah.
Jordan Whitehead.
To me, if you got a quarterback who's so afraid to give your best offensive option an option, then you're not a quarterback. Like, you have no talent. Like, if you're only good when the best guy you have is against a guy who's not good, you're not good. Like, you have to give Diggs an opportunity. You have to go against the best defender on the Jets. He didn't do it. He's a coward. That team is full of cowards, and it's led by a coward. The Buffalo Bills circle the wagons around cowards.
Buffalo Bills are still winning the AFC East.
No.
Josh Allen is still that dude.
Miami.
Stephon Diggs is still that dude.
New England.
The Bills are fine.
The Jets. All of those are better than the Bills. Every single one of them.
I mean, it seems that the Bills got a kicker now. It's not like they're running with Scott Norwood. He hit it when it counted.
You know how I know they have a kicker? Because they're afraid to score touchdowns.
They got one single solitary touchdown. That's one more than zero.
Don't even remember it. I remember them being in the mix at the end.
Hold on. Don't start bringing your memory into play when we were watching Monday Night Football at Howie's Sports page.
I wasn't super paying attention.
Not super paying attention. We're having an absolute blast there.
There were so many friends of the show there.
And new friends of the show is the part that I love.
Steve, I missed Aaron Rodgers' injury because it was 4 snaps into the game, and I was like, oh, I will get one beer or use one restroom or do anything in the whole world. And then I come back, and Van's like, hey,
you didn't want to watch the first possession?
I watched the first one, snap. And then I was like, I came back, and Van was like, hey, speaking of snaps, that dude snapped that Achilles right off his tendon.
I was like, hey, did you know that
Broken
humans
ankle.
can touch their big toe to their shin?
Yeah, did you know that, Freddie?
You know that now.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
I said, well, obviously, fabulous Freddie Fame of Duke City Championship Wrestling knows that.
Okay.
That's what I said.
I mean, the story was we need Hard Knocks one more week. Could you imagine the captivating television that would be one more week of Hard Knocks with the Aaron Rodgers injury? Zach Wilson making one completion all night that counted. And then the best story to me was the last man on the Jets roster, Xavier Gibson, having the punt return for a touchdown in overtime to win it. How beautiful is that?
Is that the dude that made it off Hard Knocks, the wide receiver?
Yes. The undrafted rookie who was literally the last guy on the roster.
He's booty.
Won the game.
He's booty.
Well, he's got some awesome blockers then.
Yeah, super awesome. So we're watching it at the end, and I think I'm the guy who's like, go down, kick the field goal and win. That's me the whole time. And Van's like, no, watch this, dude.
Yeah, watch this.
Yeah, Van's like, he doesn't touch the ball ever. Like this is one time he's going to get all season.
You watched the last play, but not the first 4.
That's great. We're getting warmed up.
Yeah, well, a lot of friends of the show left at the end of regulation, so it was just me and Van in overtime, and we what can we do? We got to watch. Well, because no one cares. Is the real thing.
Is that
everyone pretends that they love NFL football, and then whenever it comes to overtime on Monday night, when you got to be at the office, whatever time in the morning, I don't know what it's like to have to be in an office in the morning, but when you have to do that, you turn the game off. That's what they did.
All right, I'm sure you're familiar with the trump card or the reverse card or the skip card. Fred's playing the contrarian card right now because the place was still packed. The energy was fantastic and over. No one left. That place was electric. This place was still shoulder to shoulder at the end of the fourth quarter.
At the end of regulation, they took the tops off the pool tables. They were playing billiards again. I think Dart League started.
None of this is true.
Dart League started up.
None of this is true whatsoever.
Yeah, there were some people just shooting fireworks in the parking lot.
The place was a rager. Okay, that might be true.
That part was probably true. Part was probably insanely true. How long does it take to get home from New Jersey Jets Stadium?
Well, it depends on where you live, obviously.
Well, I mean, getting out of the parking lot. It takes a long time, right? That's my understanding.
Yeah.
That's my understanding.
How long does it take for Aaron Rodgers to get back to his hobbit hole and have his Achilles surgery in darkness on ayahuasca? Is that what you're asking?
They do it with infrared. They do it.
Yeah. It's a reishi Achilles tendon surgery. They don't really touch the Achilles, but they give it good energy.
Does it not hurt when your Achilles snaps?
I believe it hurts the most.
I think it hurts really bad.
I think it's the thing that hurts the most.
He was still smug when he was standing there.
Not smug.
He was as smug as you could be. He's like, I'm just going to sit down.
Well, I mean, getting your
wait for him to take me off.
Getting your Achilles snapped is nowhere the pain of being broken up with by Olivia Munn. So, I mean, his pain threshold has to be amazing.
I guess so.
I want Aaron Rodgers to stand on the sideline for every single game. Because you're kind of at a 50-50 here. He could just disappear into a darkness retreat of ayahuasca whatevers, or be that team guy. And it's kind of tacky.
Oh, he's going to be the
right
team
now.
guy.
Do you think he is?
No.
I mean, this preseason was the first season that he's been a team guy since he was a backup to Favre.
The next episode of Hard Knocks is going to be him sitting in the clubhouse with his leg up.
God, I wish there was one more episode. Oh my God!
Hey, we're going to our next game. Aaron, you coming? No, I'm just going to sit here.
It had a playoff feel, not only because the fate of the AFC East rests on a couple of these matchups, but the refs let the dudes play.
Yeah, they did.
There was a lot. It was very handsy out there, and not the kind of way that I appreciate.
I think you have to replace all the fields. I don't think the NFL is going to do it.
They're not going to do it.
It'll cost a lot.
It costs so much money.
Stepping away, coming back, top of the hour. 5 o'clock? You talking about New Mexico's vodka? Tell her vodka's there? Let's go on that. It's 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
See a whole lot, man.
You guys are clear.
Cool.
It ain't hard to figure out.
Rocky Mountain Roofing has leading camera technology other roofers don't to find leaks in your roof and the best materials to replace it. Don't settle for less.
Call on Rocky Mountain, the most trusted name in roofing.
This report is sponsored by Rocky Mountain Roofing. Traffic right now dealing with a lot of slowdowns westbound on Paseo between I-25 and the river. Traffic's moving slow there. We've got congestion headed west on Alameda between Jefferson and Coors. Southbound on I-25 just south of Paseo, you're going to run into slowdowns there. That's going to last until Comanche. Westbound on I-40 at San Mateo, you're going to run into some slowdowns. Those are going to last until Coors. Northbound I-25, Gibson to Lomas, traffic moving slow there.
This report is sponsored by Active 6.
Has your household been hit with COVID-19? Learn about a research study from the comfort of home. We are looking at ways to help people with COVID-19 feel better faster. Learn more at active6study.org/radio. That's activ6study.org/radio.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with your Rome Report. There's no way that really happened, right? We had to all be dreaming or tripping. 4 snaps? 4 freaking snaps. You cannot be serious. Aaron Rodgers took all of 4 snaps before his Achilles snapped, and just like that, it's over? Only minutes earlier, he was running around MetLife with the American flag, and that place was louder than a Taylor Swift concert and felt like it was about to explode. It was like Jet Fan never felt a high so high, and then merely seconds later, it all came crashing down. Jet Fan felt the highest high and the lowest low basically within seconds. I would say that's par for the course for Jet Fan, but even Jet Fan will tell you this one is especially devastating. It was the most Jets thing that has ever happened. The most Jets night ever, and I cannot believe it happened.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe, here to tell you the biggest thing I've learned about insurance companies over the years, and it's really simple. They don't care about you. Insurance companies are publicly traded companies who have an obligation to their shareholders to deliver profit. They have teams of investigators, adjusters, and lawyers all working against you from the moment you call them. Hurt in a wreck? Don't be a victim of the insurance companies. Call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Carlos Uri-Espinosa is the manager.
We got a minute, guys. 1 minute.
Northeast Albuquerque. This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-989-8906 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-989-8906. That's 800-989-8906. What do you have to lose?
How long we got, Kyle?
coming back after this ad. Coming back now.
989-8906.
KG40BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque. The Sports Animal. Proud to be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us. Now betting for the Sports Animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Marie Castillo. This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Back live from the Albuquerque Duke store. Let's go. 5 o'clock. Mexico vodka. That's Keller vodka.
Craft one, baby.
Let's go. Don't forget, your boys get their lunches over the 6-6 Diner. I tried to do dinner at the 6-6 Diner. It's hard, though, because we're until 7.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
It's like a hard thing.
Yeah.
Get over there. They got some fun fundraisers going on this week. Got a big one tomorrow, Thursday. Got one on Thursday. Big fundraiser on Thursday. They do 10% of their donations. They are the absolute best.
Aren't they the sweetest?
They are the sweetest.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you can start your day at the YMCA of Central Mexico. And joining us from the YMCA, Jock Tony. Let's go.
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing today?
You had a late night last night watching your Jets by the skin of their teeth and special teams and defense and not quarterback play beat the Buffalo Bills.
Yes, sir.
What does your heart feel like right now with the loss of your Lord and Savior, Aaron Rodgers?
Jesus didn't do his Jesus thing.
No, it's like humbling, right?
Yeah, it was a little humbling. This is how Cowboys fans feel about week 3, but I got it week 1.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. You get the program, Jacques.
Yes.
So, but I like to move on quickly because we are New York. So I'm like, where's Teddy Bridgewater at now?
Is that the guy? Like, do you have to go get someone? That's a real question. Like, do you have to go get?
Did you not see what Zach did for me last year? Did you? Oh, yeah, you didn't watch
No,
the game
I've
yesterday.
never watched a single New York Jets game. Not
Okay,
on purpose.
well, it was terrible yesterday. I hoped for a lot more for the Jets. We could run the ball. We proved that yesterday. Breece Hall making his comeback. But actually moving the ball the way we need to, it just wasn't happening.
Well, his gas tank's going to get empty real fast if he's the only option on offense.
Not at all. I mean, you see Wilson doing his thing out there, and then we haven't even seen Delvin cook it up yet, man. So we just need a man to get these guys the ball.
I'm surprised Breece Hall had that big of a load coming in off of injury. I thought they would be riding the new guys even more.
Yeah, I thought Dalvin was going to be doing a little bit more for us, but, I mean, touch the ball, you go 80 yards. Got to get him the ball again.
Keep feeding him. And Michael Carter's back. I mean, he looked like he's got that burst still. You got a 3-headed monster at running back. That's got to help Zach Wilson at least a little bit.
See, Zach Wilson.
You're just so bummed out
NFL,
that you got to run with him another
NFL
year.
about getting better. I feel like Zach is just still in college still. So he's got a lot to learn. I thought Aaron was going to be the guy to show him the ropes. Hopefully from the sideline he can still do that. But I don't want Carson Wentz. He's not consistent enough. And I feel like the best is either trade for someone who we're willing to take on another paycheck for, or pick up Teddy B, who's a free agent still. It's still early.
I mean, there's a lot of veteran quarterbacks out there for free agency right now.
Yeah.
You mentioned Carson Wentz. Matt Ryan's still out there.
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater's still out there.
But we don't want an old guy with Matt Ryan, man.
How about shake up the whole NFL, shake up Fox News, and just go get Colin Kaepernick?
Let's not.
That window closed too, though, right?
Yeah, that window's closed, man. I don't even think he knows how to play football anymore. It's been so long.
I think there are two guys that have been starters that are backups. The Andy Dalton, I think, would be one.
Mm-hmm.
He's not, I don't think, so much better than Zach Wilson that you pull the trigger on him.
No.
Zach Wilson's got, 2 years in the offense? How many snaps has he probably taken? 1,500?
Sure.
Maybe a little bit more. The one guy, obviously the savior, always the savior, is Gardner Minshew. Like, if you were to trade for Gardner Minshew, he's an upgrade talent-wise over Zach Wilson, but there's a cost associated with that thing. Get Tom Brady.
I think Tom Brady. I think Belichick would kill himself if that happened. So I would be
win-win for you, Jacques.
I'm happy with that. And then I can't root for Tom, man. I think have to become a Giants fan at that point.
Ooh, buddy.
Like
That is
the
a
hate is
hot
just that
take.
strong. Like,
I think it's back quarterback too.
Oh, you look, like you mentioned Gardner Minshew. I think some of the backups who could be starters are more important being backups than the trade value that they could get back in return.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned Gardner Minshew, like a Jameis Winston.
I'll trade for him. I'll take him all day.
Jacoby Brissett. Like some of these guys are, ushering in these young quarterbacks, and they got a perfect, insurance plan behind these young quarterbacks. They're not going to get rid of their perfect insurance plan for a 4th, 5th, 6th rounder or whatever is going to be the speculation.
Yeah, I say Teddy. I like your thoughts there with what's the homeboy you just said?
Winston?
Yeah.
Yeah, Winston would be good.
Yeah. Best backup in the league. I'll take him
agree.
as my starter.
Because you don't have the option of talking about the Jets.
Right, I don't have options right now.
of like Robert Saleh giving like an inspirational speech. That's not going to work. We've seen that on Hard Knocks.
See these crows is coming out here.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Was that? But
the crows came down and pecked Aaron Rodgers' Achilles. But we're going to be Eagles, and we're going to jump on Zach Wilson's wings or something and fly to Mount Everest.
Are you doing biblical voice? Is that what you were just doing?
I don't know what I was doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was Robert.
But
Saleh.
I will tell you, I'll take a win. A win is a win is a win. Thank God we got a defense that's ready to eat anybody up. You say Josh Allen lost the game.
Correct.
I say the Jets defense won the game.
Oh, interesting.
He didn't have no time to do anything back there.
Right.
And then when he did have the time, we were picking that bad boy off, just like a defense is supposed to do. And on top of that,
here we go.
The Jets decided to play special teams this year.
How about that?
Well, one play that was good.
Hey, man, we gave up.
Not during
we were
the
the
game.
only team to give up touchdowns on special teams last season. For us to come and turn it around and score a special teams punt return to win in overtime against our. Where's your boy at today? Our divisional rival. Where's he at?
You're talking about Jake Cassio.
Yeah, young Jake Cassio is double booked today. I would love to hear his Bills hate.
Well, here's the thing about the Jets special team. They actually didn't do it during the game. They waited. They waited till overtime of the game. They said no reason to mess around and win it in regulation. We'll just wait to the very, very end because we know Josh Allen will blow it. And that's what he did on the first possession in overtime. The guy could not move the ball. He's terrified from one defensive lineman. The Jets only have one defensive lineman.
No, it's actually it's genius if you think about it. The Jets kept punting over and over and over again and wore down the Bills' special teams and waited till overtime. And like, we got you right where we want you now. You're gassed. You can't handle a punt return. Jets, Jets.
What's the name of the kid that returned the punt?
Gibson.
Okay.
Xavier Gibson.
Good for him.
Yep.
Keep that ball.
He's going to have a short career in New York, but hey, I'm thankful for what he's done so far.
He's going to be known.
He's going to be known for about a week. He's going to be DeMar Hamlin known, Like, I get sick. Now everybody knows me. I can't make the team now. He's Hard Knocks known now.
Jock Tony with us. He's always here on behalf of the YMCA Central New Mexico. A lot going on here spring came in today, fall came in today. Fall is back. Today's the day.
Yes, and we're celebrating at the Y also.
We absolutely are. It's a big week of registrations. You got the Lung Force Walk going on. There's a ton.
Yeah, we got Welcoming Week going on right now. We got
go.
our doors wide open to any and everyone who wants to come and hang out with us. Get to take on some free classes, some pickleball, basketball. I mean, you name it. Both locations, we got the doors open for you guys.
And that started last Friday, is that right?
Yes, sir. We'll be going on till Sunday the 17th.
It's going to be a lot of fun. That's at both locations, as you mentioned. We're at a Y tomorrow. Which one are we at?
McLeod. You guys going to be at Tramway Comanche. We'll be hanging out with those guys tomorrow. Maybe we can get a round of pickleball ourselves.
Ooh, let's go. What time? Book it.
Well, pickleball is 5:30 to 2 tomorrow, 5:30 a.m. What? You're going to start playing pickleball at 5:30 in the morning?
I mean, I'll be there probably 9, but yeah.
Full body workouts, all kinds of fun things at the Y. We talk about this often when we talk about it. Go check it out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard for us, I think, successfully communicate the fellowship at the Y. It's hard for us to talk about just how nice the workout materials are, just how nice the environment is. It is a gym here in the desert.
Yes, sir. It's so underrated. I try to bring people in, show them around, and they're like, wow, who would think the Y has this equipment here? With that sports performance center we have at the Horn location, I mean, people are always blown away, think that we wouldn't even have Olympic racks the way we do.
Yeah, state-of-the-art facilities, really the way I say it. How's that video game coming?
Esports is about to kick off.
Yeah.
About to open registration pretty soon for that. And they could come and check it out this Friday. Actually, we'll be having a family night out, so we can play some games with the
Oh, heck
whole
yeah.
family. And then also we'll be doing some board games downstairs in the teen center also. So if you want to come and get a chance to check it out, Friday's the day to come by, man.
I'm a big board game guy.
I'm a whooper.
What
at
are we
board
playing?
game. Yeah, what are we playing?
Whatever you want to play. I got
Okay.
Monopoly.
All right,
Got some
I'll
Sorry.
slap at that.
Sorry, I beat you.
I don't know about Sorry.
Uno. I don't know about Sorry.
How much I'm sorry?
Just a 5-year-old could teach you how to play Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm playing. It's for kids. You know what I play nonstop? Risk. You ever play Risk?
I don't take risk in life.
Every day of my life.
The only risk
You're
I'm
wrong.
taking is being a Jets fan.
You're not wrong.
Well, then here's nobody hates you if you're a Jets fan because nobody thinks about you.
Sure. Mostly pity love, actually.
I don't get no pity love with you guys.
Well, no.
It should be. What else are we missing at the Y right now? What's going on? Otherwise, obviously, we talk about the member benefits. That's both locations. Horn and McLeod, free orientation for the workout equipments, unlimited free group exercise classes. Cannot stress the value behind that.
Yes, sir.
What is less obvious that I haven't put out there recently?
Massages, man.
Yeah.
I tell you, the Y is underrated. We
Yeah.
offer massages at great prices, and even if you're a member or not, we have our massages available for you. So by some of the best massage therapists that Albuquerque has to offer.
What is that? How about the futsal league? What if there's one kid out there who wants to sneak into the futsal league? Can you let him in? Is there one spot left?
We're kind of like weeks 5 of that. So
Okay, I'm telling my friend little Stevie not to show up. So
October 23rd, we'll start the registration for our winter sports. So we'll have itty bitty basketball. So if he's a young one, he can get in there. It's starting at 3 years old. We also have volleyball going on for the winter also, so they can definitely get into that. And then, like you guys said, we'll be kicking off esports for the winter also.
That's the big thing with the family membership too. It's you get the free youth sports for the kids,
Yeah. Yes,
sir.
Unlimited use of facilities, obviously the wellness center, and that's nationwide too, right? So if
Yep.
you're traveling, like holidays are coming up, you're going to Phoenix, you're going to Denver, you're going to Las Cruces, El Paso, fill in the blank. They got YMCA is there.
Yep.
Pop in.
Yes, sir.
Because that's the best part of the holidays. When you go to visit your in-laws wherever on the road, and you're like, oh, I got to go to the gym for a couple hours. Because you don't want to be there.
Sure.
Like, go hang out at the Y.
Yeah.
Like, that's the move. This is the cheapest get-out-of-jail-free Monopoly card that I will whoop you out at the Y that you can get.
Yeah, I hope to see you there Friday, man. I'll
let's
throw
just-
some Monopoly down for you.
Let's just play Risk. You play house rules on Monopoly? You play, like, straight-up rules?
I play straight up rules. I'm an online Monopoly player because my kid always wants to play. So,
like the app?
That's adorable. There's
Yeah.
a Monopoly app?
Yeah, there's a
Today
Monopoly
I
app.
learned.
Can the three of us play that together?
Yeah.
We should
play.
do it.
They got a Uno also.
Well, I'm not trying to play Uno. I mean, Uno's for
And for our Spanish-speaking friends, it's the game you play. It's called One.
one.
Yeah.
Jock Tony, thank you so much, brother. Anything we missed?
No, we got it all covered today. I mean, free, open to the public all week until the 17th. You guys can come and check us out. Again, that's free at both our locations. Horn location off from San Mateo, as well as on McLeod, right there off Comanche. And if you guys can't make it down, everyone always welcome to visit our website, ymcacnm.org, or give us a call. We can tell you everything that we got great going on over there. 505-595-1515. Look
Yep.
forward to hearing from everyone.
Give us a final prediction on the Jets and the Cowboys score.
Jets and Cowboys. All right, it's gonna be a defensive game.
Yes,
because
Mhm.
the Jets only know how to play defense right
Mhm.
now. Zach Wilson's gonna throw 2 picks,
Okay.
and the Cowboys are gonna get lucky to catch him.
All right.
But I got 14-28 Cowboys.
That's not low scoring at all.
They're gonna put up some points in the second half.
I'm thinking 3.
They're gonna do what Josh Allen couldn't do. But it's not going to be Dak. It's going to be that little guy in the backfield over there. I don't like saying his name, Tony, but he'll be over there.
Dang, Tony Pollard's so
Yeah.
good.
Yo.
So crazy good.
I think he's going to go off, but
Did you see what the Cowboys did to the Giants? The other New Jersey team?
the New York team, yeah. Do I think they have the defense that the Jets have? No. Nor do I think their running game is as good as ours because their offensive line is not as good as ours.
I think it's going to be 4-2.
That seems about
2
right.
safeties versus 1 safety.
That's
Yeah.
that's
But
good.
Dak is going to throw his first pick this game also. Sauce is just he's ready.
No one's going to throw the ball over there.
Yeah, no
At
one's
all.
throwing the sauce.
CeeDee Lamb can
Take
just
a-
stand
take a
there.
day
I
off.
don't know. Whitehead maybe have turned a couple of heads in the NFL. They're like, well, if I can't throw it to Sauce side and I can't throw it to that side, I guess I got to go back to Sauce since he only had the Sauce for one season. So
Tony Pollard for multiple scores. I agree.
I got him down for 2 touchdowns already.
So all right. So that's who beats the Jets, 28-14.
Not Dak. Not Dak. Not Dak.
You heard it here first in the preview of a Super Bowl matchup. The New Jersey
Bowl.
Jets take on the Dallas Cowboys this upcoming weekend.
I got us playing the Eagles in the Super Bowl, bro.
No, Cowboys will get there.
Which is we, the Jets?
Yes. I told you I'm a Cowboys fan this year.
Zach Wilson in the Super Bowl. Oh, that's great.
I'm a Cowboys fan this year. I'm telling you, man.
I'm going to write this in my journal. Today at 5:14, Tuesday, September.
Jets
Jacques made a really funny joke and said the
story.
Jets are going to the Super Bowl. That is, oh, man.
Hey,
we're
going to show up. We're going to be in the Super Bowl. We're going to be in the Super Bowl.
Jacques Tony performing Friday at the Dry Heat Comedy Club. What time will you come on stage? 7:30, 7:45? When are you?
Nah, I'll be at Parents' Night Out.
Oh,
Family
right.
night
Playing
out.
board games.
Yeah,
That's
playing
right.
board games instead,
Okay.
5:30 to 8:30. Staying open a little late for the people.
Make sure you tip the wait staff while you're there. Jacques Tony, everyone. Whenever we get back, more from the Albuquerque Duke Store. Big thank you to the YMCA. Let's go. It's Tumen on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This report is brought to you by Malloy Los Lunas.
The Malloy Los
Clear, guys. I'm going to run to the men's room. I'll be right back.
Say, rope big deals like 0.9% financing during the Malloy Los Lunas Car Rodeo tent sale going on now. Visit MalloyLosLunas.com because when you think tent sale, think Malloy Los Lunas.
Traffic right now, westbound on I-40 San Mateo to Coors. Traffic moving slow there. Still seeing some slowdowns northbound on I-25 between Gibson and Lomas. Southbound I-25, Osuna to Comanche. Traffic moving slow there. Dealing with quite a bit of congestion westbound on Paseo. That's going to start at I-25. That'll last until the river. Headed west on Alameda right now. Slowdowns approaching 2nd Street. Those go until Coors. Also, traffic moving really slow right now. Rio Bravo westbound between Broadway and Isleta. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Which one of these quarterbacks impressed you the most?
Jordan Love. It was his first start as being the guy, and he looked like he belonged. 3 touchdowns and no interception. He was in command all day long.
Brock Purdy, because people wanted to doubt him. And those first 2 touchdown passes, that's not just a game manager. That is a playmaker.
Start your morning weekdays at 7 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Okay, next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring today.
Meet Bruce.
Hey there.
He's a busy soccer dad who's trying hard to learn the game.
Go for the end zone.
Whoops. Luckily, other things come easy, like banking with Chase. On a tip from his banker, he set up AutoSave in the Chase mobile app. So what are you saving for, Bruce?
Father-daughter soccer camp.
Smart bankers, convenient tools. One bank with the power of both. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase.
You got a minute 30, Fred.
AutoSave requires a Chase checking and savings account. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
No one wants legal problems, but somehow, some way, they seem to find you. Where do you turn when you need help? For more than 40 years, Rudy Chavez has had the people of New Mexico's back. If you're facing a legal issue, you want to have Rudy's experience and compassion in your corner. Call the law offices of Rudy Chavez at 505-242-5500. That's 505-242-5500, or visit rudychavezlaw.com. Contact Rudy today and make your legal problems go away.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Wake up with the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Yeah. You know, this something you can get a paper cut to. You know, something you can lay back, enjoy the leather seats. It is. Hey. All the time, yeah. I ain't hard to find. No, I'm always on the ground with some money on my mind, but I like it. But I like it. Yeah.
Back on the program. I got the stat for you. Since entering the league in 2018, Josh Allen leads the league with 84 turnovers. Did I say Josh or Jameis Allen?
Nope, I believe it is Josh Allen.
Oh, okay.
He had a rough couple years before he turned the corner and became the quarterback that he is now. And if you take away his Jets games, he's just right in the middle of the pack. The Jets own Josh Allen.
In 72 games, the Bucs, Jameis Winston had 88 interceptions and 50 fumbles. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen in 83 games has 84 turnovers. So he's not quite as bad.
Not quite as bad.
That's close.
If you take away Jets games, it's only like one a game. It's pretty good.
Now, I feel like I, and Steve Palmisano, the Albuquerque Duke store, who would encourage you to come down here and get an Albuquerque Dukes umbrella on a raining day. Do you have those?
No.
All right. Steve's going to step away and start printing Duke umbrellas real quick.
Go next door and pick a few up real quick. Come on.
You guys seem to have forgotten. And I don't want to say this early in the year. But Josh Allen is on the cover of Madden.
Man, that's too early.
Nope. I saw him lose to the Jets and Zach Wilson last night.
If you've been paying attention to football,
I have.
You've seen him lose and play poorly to the Jets for 4 years now. This isn't new. This isn't a new development. The Jets own Josh Allen. The ship will be righted. He is fine. Now, if he gets into some weird Me Too scandal, or if he gets injured and loses the rest of the season, then we could start talking Madden cover. One game losing to a fantastic defense does not a season make, does not a Madden curse make.
What? He didn't have exactly a decent game.
No, it was awful.
It's the worst game I've ever seen.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Here are the comparisons.
His 4 turnovers easily could have been 6. He had that one fumble recalled because of forward progress. That was a fumble. And he had another ball almost picked off. It could have easily been 6 turnovers.
Do you think Kyler Murray turns it over a lot?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Do you think Andy Dalton turns it over a lot?
Yes and no.
Ryan Tannehill, Jameis Winston,
yes,
Jared Goff,
yes,
Baker Mayfield,
yes,
Cousins, Sam Darnold, Carson Wentz, Dak Prescott.
No.
Because Josh Allen turns it over.
Dak Prescott, who led the league in interceptions last year, despite missing 5 games. That Dak Prescott.
He did?
Yes, he did.
I'd
Fun fact.
I have to look that up.
He turns it over more than any of them. Guys with 50 or more turnovers, Watson, Trubisky, Roethlisberger, Garoppolo, Rivers, Murray, Wilson, Jackson, Dalton, Mahomes, Tannehill, Jones, Winston, Brady, Stafford, Prescott, Darnold, Wentz, Cousins, Mayfield, Carr, Ryan, Goff. Josh turns it over more than all of them. Here are guys that have less than 35 turnovers at the same time. Herbert, Burrow, Rodgers, Fitzpatrick, obviously. Kyle Allen, and I don't even know who that is. That one doesn't count because he doesn't play. But you get the point I'm trying to get to. Jalen Hurts, don't turn it over. That's how you win games. Josh Allen lost his team the game last night against the Jets and allowed a Jets defender to hit an end of the season bonus in game 1.
Well, you take away his first season, his turnover stats aren't that bad. Not a lot of rookies are going to do great in the National Football League.
Right.
Especially a guy that came from southern Montana State or
correct
southeastern North Dakota or wherever this kid's from.
I believe he came from very eastern Colorado University.
There you go.
Yes.
Super far northwest Colorado.
Yes.
I think on the other side of the border. That's actually another state, but we called it Colorado State.
Yes.
Cool.
Of the mines.
Okay.
He don't got it, dude. It's embarrassing to me how bad he doesn't have it. Because there's talented dudes around him. He just don't know how to make good decisions.
Well, he forces it. He plays hero ball.
Yeah, but not in the cool way like Brett Favre used to before he defrauded everyone in the great state of Mississippi. Like he does it in the dumb, lame way. Like in the I'm gonna force it because I don't know why. And no one ever bails him out. He doesn't have like athletes or dudes around him. No offense to Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is not an extra effort guy. Runs his route, gets shut down by Sauce Gardner all night. How are you going to sit here and tell me you're a number 1 in the league when you can't even beat second-year corner? Like, show me anything out there. Buffalo came to lose against New Jersey. New York was not as good as New Jersey last night.
Yeah, I mean, that was obviously the story of the game. Josh Allen couldn't capitalize on a few chances. And the New York Jets defense is legit. I am not blaming a smidgen of this on Josh Allen. He will make plays throughout the rest of the season.
He's Jay Cutler. That's the name.
New Jersey Jets are good. Their
Jay
defense is good.
No.
Okay.
He's Jay Cutler.
So if he has 4 turnovers against the Jets.
Yeah, Dallas is going to make him turn over 8 times.
He's going to have like 8 touchdowns against the Raiders next week. He's going to have an absolute bounce back week. He's going to right the ship. Look, Josh Allen had the misfortune of playing the Jets in the New Jersey Jets stadium.
Sure.
Now he gets the Raiders and the Commanders back to back. That touchdown to interception ratio is going to swing way the other way after he plays Vegas and Washington.
I really appreciate how you are trying to justify your Josh Allen fandom. But if you put any other name on the back of that jersey, if I were to show you his line, then you wouldn't be able to be over here and be like, oh, he was on the MVP conversation one time. Because he wouldn't be.
He's still in the MVP conversation this year,
not
Fred.
Right now. No, he's not. Who is?
Josh Allen. I don't know if you guys know this.
He's not.
This is a fun fact. Fun fact. Not everyone knows this. They play 17 games in the NFL.
Yep.
This is just one of them. This is one of them.
Jordan Love will win the MVP.
That is slightly more than 5% of the games.
It is a given that the MVP of the entire league is Jordan Love.
All right, now here's something I could get behind, Fred. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't thrown a pick. He has 3 touchdowns, and he is an absolute dude.
Played a quote-unquote good defense, put it on him. Well, Fred, their numbers weren't there. They were forecasted as a good defense.
Bears defense is bad. It's been bad for a couple of years. They're not the Bears of old anymore. They're still pretty garbage.
Josh Allen on Green Bay would have turned it over 3 times.
Josh Allen on Green Bay. If Josh Allen was on Green Bay for the last couple of years, Aaron Rodgers would have been traded a long time ago. I am pro Jordan Love, but if you're gonna stick Jordan Love and Josh Allen next to each other side by side,
I know who
I'm picking Josh Allen.
I know for a fact I'm not. I'm 100% taking Jordan Love, and it's not even close.
If Jordan Love turns into a perennial MVP candidate and is the 3rd consecutive Packers quarterback to be in the Hall of Fame, I'm going to be the most excited little boy in the history of the friggin' world that Jordan Love was better than my tempered expectations Sign me up for that. I hope you're correct.
The MVP of the league will actually end up being Aaron Rodgers because the Jets will do so terribly without him that they'll say he's the most valuable player.
Yeah.
Like, look what happened to the Jets.
Look what happened.
We're stepping away when we come back. Lots more NFL talk here on the program. I got a hot one, Van.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be the guy that gets on the billionaire, but I hate the billionaire. And I'm going to tell you why I hate the billionaire NFL owner after this.
Let's go.
It's 2 Men on live from the mobile John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. We're at the Albuquerque Duke store. Come get a Piazza Pizza box, please. Ooh, I like that one. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The home of Thursday Night Football, the sports animal.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.
Clear.
Summer days getting shorter and business to-do lists getting longer? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Sponsor your first job and get hiring today by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Traffic right now, we're still dealing with big-time slowdowns westbound on I-40. Those are going to start at San Mateo. They're going to go all the way down until Coors. Be careful going through there. Those slowdowns are also making it difficult to get onto westbound I-40 from both directions of I-25, so be aware of that as well. Speaking of I-25, southbound I-25 approaching Osuna, traffic continues to move slow there. That's going to last until Montgomery. Westbound on Paseo between I-25 and the river, traffic's still moving slow there. Also congestion, Alameda westbound approaching 2nd Street. Those slowdowns and congestion will last until Coors. And things still moving really slow westbound on Rio Bravo right now. That's going to start around Broadway, and it'll last until Isleta.
This message is brought to you by the New Mexico Department of Game and Fish. TJ Trout here, and whether you're a seasoned angler or a first-time fisher person, New Mexico has something for everybody. Explore hidden fishing gems and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit the Department of Game and Fish website to learn more. Get out and fish, New Mexico.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
No football tonight, so how about some West Coast baseball? I'm Joe Ostrowski here to help you beat the books with BetQL. The Dodgers kick off their series against the Padres this evening. The Dodgers have the 3rd best record against the spread on the year. The BetQL model has the Dodgers minus 1.5 on the run line as a 5-star best bet. I'm Joe Ostrowski. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL and BetMGM app.
In today's home mortgage market, it's important for consumers looking for a mortgage to shop around. The reason? We have just come out of the lowest rates in history, and many homeowners jumped in to take advantage, and mortgage lenders across the country were making huge profits. Today, the mortgage volume is a fraction of that, and these mortgage companies are in a panic with profits falling off the cliff. So what are they doing? They're charging borrowers interest rates and fees much higher than they deserve. That's because the higher rate and higher fees, the more profit. In other words, the lenders are maximizing profits on the backs of consumers. They are counting on borrowers not shopping that mortgage around. Indigo Mortgage will always try to get the borrower the lowest rate with the lowest fees, and we have saved homeowners many thousands of dollars over the years. So shop and shop local with your trusted local mortgage company, Indigo Mortgage, 836-5700, or on the net at indigomortgage.net. NMLS 231962 and 188-348.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
With Labor Day savings at the Home Depot, we'll get your kitchen clicking. With top brand appliances, like a new LG refrigerator capable of making 4 different types of ice. Or an LG oven with built-in air fryer for healthier, crispier options. Plus, with convenient shopping in-store and online, your innovative new appliances are also just a click away. Final days to get up to $700 off select appliances, plus an extra $1,000 off LG kitchen.
Got a minute and a half.
Home Depot. Price and valid 8/24 through 9/13. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
It's the massive sales gargantuan blowout at Fiesta Subaru. Why are you talking like that? Because my voice sells lots of cars. So you're telling me that me saying that Fiesta Subaru delivers dependable vehicles with some of the best safety ratings, a hassle-free buying experience, isn't as good as you saying it? Yes. See, what's with the sound effects and all that fluff? No, just stop. Folks, just come see us in person today at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or fiestasubaru.com. Fiesta Subaru. Okay, I'm done with you.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. So minivans, sedans, JDMs, roll out. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. And with eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Every piece of land has a story. Some write theirs behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor, like the Upshaws.
This is my tractor, Penny. It's all about attention to detail.
But the Nelsons love cruising around their expansive Montana ranch in their John Deere Gator UV.
We've been here since 1868.
While the Caggianos drive a John Deere zero-turn mower to keep their Long Island brewery looking sharp.
Don't call me, don't bother me. I'm going out to mow for a couple hours.
Run with us and start telling your story. Learn more at johndeere.com/radio.
Don't just friggin' sit there. Get in the game right now at 888-922-0610.
Back on the program live at the Albuquerque Duke store. We're breaking down still Monday Night Football from last night, the injury to Aaron Rodgers. We're talking a little bit about NFL owner and billionaire mentality. And I'm going to start with the press conference after the game last night. And Robert Saleh said, quote, "I don't think the MetLife turf had anything to do with Aaron Rodgers' injury." Said it was non-contact. I obviously saw the contact.
Thousands of football players begged to differ.
You remember a couple of years ago, maybe, was it 2013? Buster Posey's blocking the plate, takes one from a runner. I couldn't tell you the name. Breaks his leg. Do you remember all this?
Sure, of course.
I don't remember who the player was. The Major League Baseball then says, we're going to change that rule. Can't touch them. Can't touch them. They gone. So, the NFL needs to do the exact same thing. Major League Baseball had it figured out right away. Catchers are as important as quarterbacks. Don't let them get hurt.
I mean, and it has to be somebody of the stature like Aaron Rodgers. If it happens to the 50th, 51st, 52nd, 53rd guy in the roster, it's like just another casualty of war.
Wasn't Josh Allen a number one draft pick?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. So I was just thinking about how Brock Purdy was like the dead last and how he's way better. I was just thinking about that.
Well, that's a weird thing to think about.
Yeah, just putting it out there.
But, I mean, hundreds, if not thousands, of current and former NFL players strongly suggest the NFL to go all grass. The guys who practice and play and train on both grass and turf, these professional athletes who've been doing it their whole lives, have a strong enough preference to say, this is better for us. We have an injury history. This is proven to be safer. Why wouldn't you enact these policies? These are the people who are making you billions of dollars every year. Why wouldn't you support their claims?
Is that another way of saying how many more dudes have to get hurt? Is that what you're saying? Because I agree.
Yeah.
And also, the World Cup's coming to town, right? Like, we're going to have the World Cup. That is a thing. You know where it's going to be played at? New Jersey Jet Stadium. You know what they're going to do? Put in grass. It can be done. There's the technology right there. Don't ever take that grass out. Hey, hear me out. Put it in today. Just go put that grass in right now. Well, you know, we share teams here and we got a game every weekend and we can't afford the time. Okay, I mean, I get that.
Switch a game.
Yep, screwed it up.
Switch a game. Whoopsie, no big deal. And back to your Josh Allen hate.
He sucks.
He's a fantastic quarterback in
seen
fantasy and real life. All these quarterbacks who recently got paid, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Daniel Jones.
Yes.
$950 million, $50 million away from a Billy.
It's wild.
All 4 of them together combined for 1 touchdown. So it wasn't the best weekend for some superstar quarterbacks. Josh Allen was just the worst one.
The best superstar in the league had a banger weekend with 3 touchdown passes.
Your new favorite, Jordan Love?
Jordan Love is my guy.
I love this. I love this has turned like we form like Voltron. And then despite your hate of everything in the universe,
yes,
we're both Packers fans now.
I'm a Jordan Love fan.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Same enough. I'll take it.
I can't name a Packers player.
Packer adjacent.
Is Antonio Freeman out there catching passes?
Furman? Detective Furman?
I thought it was Antonio Freeman.
Oh, I'm sorry. Different guy.
I want every team to have good quarterbacks so that every team will be in the mix. There's not enough good quarterbacks. Period. And then you're going to handicap if you do have a good quarterback with an artificial turf field instead of grass. What are you doing, idiot billionaire owner? What are you doing, idiot billionaire owner, if you are for at least 8 games going to set up your most important player for failure? Isn't that how Breece Hall did his knee last year?
Sure. Stars every single year. Cooper Kupp, his last injury, he blamed on turf, and he just came off of winning the friggin' Triple Crown, one of the best seasons ever for a wide receiver.
A weird field retired Reggie Bush.
Sure.
A weird field just retired Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers will never take another snap in the NFL. His career is over.
That's a hard stance.
What?
I think that's TBD right there.
He's 40.
Tom Brady was 45.
Tom Brady won an MVP at 39. Tom Brady was made different.
Aaron Rodgers won an MVP at 39.
Aaron Rodgers is 39 right now.
Yeah. Okay, 38 then.
Yes.
Fine. 38.
He's done. Ruined his legacy.
He's chasing another ring so hard. He's gonna Karl Malone it for 5 more years with whoever can have him. He's gonna go to the best Indian practitioner in Mumbai and get the weirdest elective surgery that anyone could possibly think of and come back 110% than he was this year to chase one more ring. And the Jets have 1 more year to restructure anyone who's making any money on that team and suck in the best players they possibly can to make 1 more run at it. Because the Jets know the only chance that they have isn't developing for a decade because they've been garbage for decades. Their best chance is to making a 1-season run at it, a la Tom Brady, a la Matt Stafford, and a la what they tried to do with Aaron Rodgers this year. They're going to run it back next year. I bet Aaron Rodgers comes back and tries to do it again.
Put grass under him. He doesn't fall as bad.
If you put grass under him and that same tackle,
might just pop right out.
His foot just slips right out.
Yeah.
His foot slips right out.
We were watching at Howie Sports Page. They were having the cinematic close-up camera, all that stuff, and there's just those little flakes that get in your eye. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the little beads.
Those little beads.
Sure.
And they're all over every guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can tell they're putting money and they're putting effort into making this field exist. You put and it's like insurance. It's like insurance on your players.
Right.
Like this is a good investment.
What you're paying to cover the insurance claim on your multimillionaire investment of Aaron Rodgers, you should have put into grass. And then you'd still have a chance at the Super Bowl instead of trying to run it back with a 7-10 team led by Zach Wilson and Joe Flacco and Mike White and just pray you get a couple fluky wins like you got last night. The Jets are doing nothing with Zach Wilson. They're doing nothing with any of the other options. Their only hope was a MVP caliber Aaron Rodgers, and that's out the window.
Yeah.
Shut it down, try to get a high draft pick, and hope Aaron Rodgers comes back.
You trade – well, and here's the thing. You can't trade your first because it's protected because you owe it to Green Bay, I think.
No, now they get to keep their first, and the second goes to Green Bay.
Well, but I think technically that rule doesn't settle until after the season.
Well, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so you can't move it right now unless you call Green Bay and you're like, hey, can we settle this thing right now? And Green Bay's not going to do that for free.
Right.
You know what they're going to say? Give us Randall Cobb back.
They don't want Randall Cobb.
So does Randall.
The Packers got 6 receivers better than Randall Cobb.
Hey guys, is
Randall Cobb wouldn't make the Packers practice squad.
Is Randy over there? Is he asked about us?
If Randy Moss comes out of retirement, I'll take that, Randall.
I would put Randy Moss if I was the Jets. I would pay any amount of money to put him on the offensive side of the ball.
On grass.
And then I would pay any amount of money to put opposite him Deion Sanders. And then I would just sell a bunch of jerseys,
Now,
take all
hold
the
on.
losses.
You can't have a cornerback with like 6 toes.
Yes,
I'm not saying Deion isn't one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time. You need a 10-toed cornerback.
For what?
Running, mostly?
No, you can run without toes.
Okay.
You can tell me Prime doesn't run?
No, Prime barely walks. Oh, by the way, super funny story. The reason I wasn't with you guys at Isotope Stadium on Friday, because I took a little mini vacay and went to the lovely city of Denver, Colorado, to see the Wu-Tang Clan run the Jewels in Deltron 3030.
I've seen them before.
And then RZA, the head of the Wu-Tang Clan, the creator and figurehead of the Wu-Tang Clan, tries to pump up the Denver crowd by saying, "We love Coach Prime, and we're all rooting for Colorado State this year." In front of like 17,000 people.
That's very bad.
Oh, it's so bad. It was so cringy, so awful.
It's kind of like Josh Allen cringy.
Well, it's, yeah.
Yes, good one.
I would rather have 4 turnovers than say that instead of in front of 20,000 people at a concert.
If you have Josh Allen, you automatically have 4 turnovers. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Taco
Clear.
Bell's rolled chicken tacos are full of shredded, marinated, all white meat chicken. Choose from 3 dipping sauces: spicy ranch, nacho cheese sauce, and house-made guacamole. Order on the Taco Bell app. Get 1 dip per 2-pack, 2 dips per 4-pack at participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last.
Traffic right now. We're still dealing with quite a bit of congestion westbound on I-40 starting around San Mateo. That'll last until Coors. Also westbound on Paseo right now between I-25 and the river. Traffic continues to move slow there. Still dealing with slowdowns westbound on Alameda as you approach 2nd Street. Those last until Coors. Southbound on I-25 right now. As you approach Montgomery, traffic's still moving a bit slow there. Also still seeing a bit of a slowdown northbound on I-25 between Cesar Chavez and Lomas.
Brought to you by the Albuquerque Journal.
The Albuquerque Journal and Venue Plus for local insight and answers about pets or puzzles, sports or shopping, comics or movies, events, dining, music, television, and more. Get all your entertainment and recreational questions answered. Subscribe at abqjournal.com.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Come to the UNM Howl Zone. 3.5 hours before kickoff for each home game with backyard games, inflatable, food, drinks, music, and more.
Hand him off to the deep man, Merritt. Oh, makes a man miss. He's outside the numbers to the 15. He's to the nose.
Come celebrate with New Mexico's station for football.
First career Lobo touchdown, 27 yards.
95.9 FM and AM 610.
Unbelievable.
The Sports Animal.
No one wants legal problems, but somehow, some way, they seem to find you. Where do you turn when you need help? For more than 40 years, Rudy Chavez has had the people of New Mexico's back. If you're facing a legal issue, you want to have Rudy's experience and compassion in your corner. Call the law offices of Rudy Chavez at 505-242-5500. That's 505-242-5500, or visit rudychavezlaw.com. Contact Rudy today and make your legal problems go away.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-989-8906 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-989-8906. That's 800-989-8906. What do you have to lose? Call 800-989-8906.
Minute 30, guys.
89-8906.
Get ready as downtown Albuquerque evolves into an entertainment hotspot. Embrace Book It Live, where art, entertainment, and New Mexico culture illuminate our downtown core. Experience big events like the 50th anniversary of hip-hop concert with Jizza on September 16th, as well as other exciting events like vintage movie nights, live theater acts, downtown block parties, and so much more. Secure your tickets now at bookitlive.com now to enjoy the excitement and stay in the loop with our updated events calendar. Book It Live in the heart of our city.
Robert is a real Prevagen user and content contributor.
I am Robert Strickler. My wife Joyce and I have been married for 53 years. Certainly one of the really important things in my life are our children and our grandchildren. I am essentially a writer. I've been involved in communications in the media. I've been an avid fly fisherman for at least 40 or more years. I've been taking Prevagen for at least 8 years. For me, the greatest benefit over the years has been that Prevagen seems to help me recall things and also think more clearly, have a crisper ability to remember and think through things. And I enthusiastically recommend Prevagen. It has helped me an awful lot.
Prevagen, healthier brain, better life. Prevagen is available in stores everywhere, based on the clinical
coming out of break.
Individuals who are cognitively normal or mildly impaired.
These products and statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Gotta be kidding me, dude.
Jim Rowe.
Dude, don't make me block you. Don't be the first.
On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Jordan Whitehead, breaking news. So it is official. Jordan Whitehead is Josh Allen's daddy.
Yes.
So that has been made official here on the program. So there we go.
A little hat trick. How often does that happen in the history of the world?
Wayne Gretzky did a lot, so there's a bunch of examples.
Interceptions in the NFL, what I was going with.
Messi, quite a few. Yeah. Adam Banks had a bunch. I know he broke Gordon Bombay's record, so I know he had a bunch.
Was his name Fred Astaire?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd like take it off, take his fedora off, and
Yeah.
like flip it down to his elbow, and then put it back on top of his head.
New York Jets.
That was a good
players
hat trick.
Love that.
Stephon Curry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just a 3-pointer.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like where you're going with that, though.
Thanks.
If we were to be doing the I-9 varsity of hat tricks, we
Right.
probably wouldn't put that on the varsity.
No.
No, but it would.
JV.
It would
Not
probably
even make the freshman team.
Right.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers played 3 snaps and then snapped 1 ligament. So that's more than a hat trick, actually. So that doesn't.
Deion Sanders has a hat trick on one of his feet.
21 people have had 4 interceptions in a game.
Who knew? Can I guess them? Charles Woodson.
Let's play this game. This is a fun
I would
game.
put Charles Woodson on that list. Was he there?
That is incorrect.
Leroy Butler.
Diggs.
That is incorrect.
All right, just give us some obvious ones.
Okay. Oh, how about we do a couple modern ones
Okay.
that you might have actually heard of from this lifetime?
Okay.
Okay. One of them has
Darren
the same.
Sharper.
One of them has the same name as my favorite '90s and early 2000 R&B singer.
Celine.
Soul to soul.
Mariah.
2 fantastic guesses.
Eminem.
Washington football team legend, formerly the Redskins when he was there.
Fred Smoot.
God, you're on it. That's a really good guess. Fantastic. D'Angelo Hall.
Oh, yeah, I would have got that one.
Yeah.
Champ Bailey. Is Champ Bailey on the list?
No, he is not.
Okay, I'm just really trying here. He got traded for Clinton Portis in the only equal trade in the history of the NFL.
Richard Sherman.
It's only happened twice since the year 2000. We already named D'Angelo Hall.
All right, which we would have got eventually, I think. Yeah.
4 in a game, obviously against the Bears, obviously against Jay Cutler.
Yeah, Jay Cutler.
Yeah, duh.
Who's a 1-to-1 mock for Josh Allen.
Here's a name you haven't heard in a cool minute.
Okay.
The least known O'Neal in the sports family, Delta O'Neal. Also got 4 interceptions in a game.
Patrice?
This is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Patrice.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Who knew?
Paul?
Delta Don. O'Neal.
There is so many 3 interception games that I am not even going to attempt to count this. I am wildly surprised how many 3 interception games there are in the history of the NFL. And I'm going to tell you why. Because an overwhelming majority of them have not happened in this generation.
Or against Josh Allen.
You would think.
How many teams has Josh Allen played? That's the one where you're trying to identify. You don't need to go to like certain defensive players. You need to go to quarterbacks that's steady, only throw to the right. Also, if I was a quarterback and I was on the verge of setting like a, hey, I threw too many interceptions to one guy thing, I'm not throwing over there anymore. Like, I'm not trying to be a guy that's like ruining the game plan, but the game's already ruined.
All right. Yeah. 3 interception games have happened 35 times since the year 2000.
Got it.
Can you name all 35?
No.
In 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Cannot.
Before we go to Josh Sushan.
Who's the big name?
Okay, we do got some big dogs.
What's like
in
the
here.
most recent one? Last night.
Okay, last night, of course. And then it's been all the way to 5 years ago when Tampa Bay's Andrew Adams did it. Tennessee's Kevin Byard did it in 2017. You got to skip 6 years back to Kurt Coleman.
The
Kurt Coleman. All right, here's some guys.
All right, you got about 30 seconds.
Aqib Talib has done it. Marcus Trufant has done it. Antrell Roll has done it. Antonio Cromartie has done it. I mean, hey, in between the Trufants and Cromarties, wait for the next generation of football. Sante Samuel, no surprise. Ty Law, no surprise. Friend of the show, Rondé Barber has done it. Again, Delta O'Neal got a 3-pack to go with his 4-pack. Darren Sharper, Minnesota's Darren Sharper, not Green Bay's Darren Sharper. NFL Hall of Famer Rod Woodson. And again,
Rod Woodson,
Rondé Barber.
Oh, Hall of Famer?
Yep. Rondé Barber done it twice.
Whenever we get back, Josh Sushan of your Albuquerque Ice Topes. We're going to talk to about playing El Paso. 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Day of the Tread. The Day of the Dead themed bike event is October 28th and 29th. The Boss K Bone Shaker Gravel Ride offers 3 distances. Our road event has distances for all ages and skill levels. Go to dayofthetread.com for more info.
Traffic right now. We're still dealing with quite a bit of congestion westbound on I-40 starting around San Mateo. That'll last until Coors. Also westbound on Paseo right now between I-25 and the river. Traffic continues to move slow there. Still dealing with slowdowns westbound on Alameda as you approach 2nd Street. Those last until Coors. Southbound on I-25 right now. As you approach Montgomery, traffic's still moving a bit slow there. Also still seeing a bit of a slowdown northbound on I-25 between Cesar Chavez and Lomas. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 76.
Josh is here, guys. Josh is waiting for you.
Home Furniture and
Very good,
Mattress,
thank you.
proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
With Labor Day savings at the Home Depot, we'll get your kitchen clicking. With top brand appliances, like a new LG refrigerator capable of making 4 different types of ice. Or an LG oven with built-in air fryer for healthier, crispier options. Plus, with convenient shopping in-store and online, your innovative new appliances are
We got a minute, guys. 1 minute.
days to get up to $700 off select appliances, plus an extra $1,000 off LG kitchen appliances only at the Home Depot. Pricing valid 8/24 through 9/13, U.S. only. See store or online for details.
As part of the ongoing effort to keep the roads of New Mexico safe, we would like to share a list of things you should never attempt behind the wheel of your automobile.
Texting your friends, wrestling your friends, eating a sandwich, making a sandwich, hugging your kids, buckling your kids, brushing your hair, brushing your teeth, flossing your teeth, adjusting your seat, rubbing your feet, reading the paper, using a shaver, applying makeup,
You get
going to college.
A large number of car crashes occur when the driver is doing something other than driving. Drive safe, New Mexico.
Paid for by the New Mexico Department of Transportation and aired in cooperation with the NMBA and the station.
Most people gamble. They visit a casino, buy a lottery ticket, play an online game. But for a few, gambling becomes more than fun. It becomes a problem, an addiction, just like a drug or alcohol addiction. Free and confidential help and treatment is available, funded by Responsible Gaming Association of New Mexico. A toll-free hotline, 888-696-2440, is available 24 hours a day. Find help at rganm.org.
Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Marie Castillo. This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
We promised you baseball talk. You got your baseball talk. Joining us on the program, Josh Sue. Josh, welcome, brother.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to be joining you guys.
Thank you. Yes. This is the fourth and final. Cal, go ahead and kill this music. This is the fourth and final set of the year. The second in El Paso, Albuquerque on the road. The boys got to win a bunch of them if they're going to have an option for the postseason. How's it looking for the team, Jay?
Yeah, so she's sitting there doing the math, and, you know, one way to look at it is all the teams ahead of you. Let's say they all go 500, which is actually not that out of the question because a lot of the teams that are ahead of the Isotopes are playing one another. So let's say they just all beat up on each other. They all go 500. Well, that means the Isotopes have to go 11-1, right? So saying there's a chance, right? Now, they've handled business against El Paso big time this year. You know, they've had their number. They've won 13 of the 18 matchups. But for sure, you got to win 5 and really feel like kind of sweep or bust right now. So until you're mathematically eliminated, you got a shot. So enjoy it and be at your best.
Or, now hear me out. I'm in for a late season run. I'm in to define the odds. Let's have a lot of fun with it. But another yardstick is we're playing our hated rivals, the El Paso Chupacabras. We're both full season 60 and 78. We have to at least beat these losers. That's the extra motivation we needed, right?
Thank you for reminding me of that. Thank you for reminding the audience of that. Yeah, you know, it's got a chance to mathematically eliminate them as early as tomorrow.
Yes.
So you can guarantee them, you know, that, you know, whatever analogy you want to use, door shut, coffin, if you want to go there, coffin shut, whatever. So yeah, that's a thing too. Yeah, you know, all of those things are important. And, you know, I put it this way. I talked to Pedro Lopez about this before the game, not about the rivalry, but just playing important baseball games. And he's a big believer that if you're going to win in the major leagues, you need to learn how to win in the minor leagues. And when every pitch matters and every ground ball matters and every fly ball matters. And, you know, yeah, we know minor league baseball. Okay, you got to get better. You know, sometimes you get beat because you have to learn how to throw a changeup, right? Right now you got 2 pitches, and that's enough to get hitters out maybe at one level. But if you're going to get hitters out to the next level, you got to develop a changeup. And in the process of developing that changeup, you might get hit around and you may not win today. That's definitely part of minor league baseball. But also, you got to learn how to find ways to win and do that on a regular basis. And that's why I think the second half has been great, that the records go back to 0-0, that you look at the standings, you go, hey, we got a shot. We got to be locked in. It's really easy these final 2 weeks of the season to just put it in cruise control and just kind of go through the motions. And I think that this separates the ball players who just really love to play baseball and really just have this strong, urgent desire to win with those who are just out here because they happen to be good enough to be out here.
We're going to try to translate this conversation to the story of the day, which is turf versus grass. Josh, you've been broadcasting for a long time. You've been around a lot of fields. Have you seen baseball played on turf in person?
Oh, yeah, lots of times. A whole bunch of times.
It's terrifying, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And when you get down close to turf, now I've seen turf in like the late 90s, early 2000s, before field turf, and field turf is way better than what it used to be. But you look at some of the, like the gaps where, like, for example, here in El Paso, you can tell that they had to put out new turf, new grass. And so you can see the gaps from where this rolled out to that rolled out. But eventually that grows and that becomes flat, and you can, like, that doesn't happen with turf. So yeah, it's pretty frightening when you look at it up close.
Is Cole Tucker and his beautiful curly soul glow soaked locks going to clear waivers and come back to Albuquerque?
He's probably going to clear waivers. I mean, he did, what was that, 2 weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago? It's all kind of blurring together to me. It's really rare for somebody to get claimed off waivers in the month of September because every team is going through the same thing. Every team's got a roster crunch. Every team is trying to figure out, we had all these guys on the 60-day injured list, and now we have to make room for them back on the 40-day. Or, hey, we've got this prospect from the minors that we're calling up, and he was not on the 40-man roster, so we need to find room for him. So he's probably going to come back.
We haven't talked about this story on air. I know Van and I have talked about it off air. That Alex Manoah never reported to his AAA assignment when he got sent down way back in August. Have you heard of any stuff like that, Josh, as guys just didn't like a decision that was made and they just didn't show up?
It's pretty rare. I was actually talking to some people in the dugout about it today, and we were trying to come up with the name of a similar player who had done it, and the name that we came up with, there was like two people that had the same name, and we're like, wait, which one was it? So that's why I'm not going to say the name because I don't want to incorrectly identify. It has happened a few times. Usually it's a standoff that ends like after a day or two or something like that. And then the player basically comes to his senses. Either his agent, talks some sense into him, or his mom or dad does, or he realizes, okay, you're going to get fired if you don't do this. You're not going to get paid at all because it's breach of contract. But it's unbelievably rare. Now, it's very common for someone to come down and be upset and to pout and to take out their frustrations on everybody around them. That happens for sure. But the whole idea of like, no, I'm not going to play. I mean, it's breach of contract, and there's only 30 employers in this industry. Mm-hmm. So now someone's maybe going to give you a chance again in the future, but there's going to be a whole lot fewer teams who are going to give you a chance in the future.
Josh, did you have any fun whatsoever with friend of the show, friend in real life, MLB legend in my eyes, Ryan LaVarnway last week?
I really did. I didn't know what to expect. Anytime you haven't worked with somebody on the air, you never know how it's going to go, especially someone who has very limited on-air experience, and that's why he was in Albuquerque to get a bunch of experience. But I tell you what, he's a natural. I think he's got a great future for what he can do. And I think actually the best compliment that I can give to him is that the first game without him, which was Saturday, it's like the third or the fourth inning, and I looked to my right at this empty chair, and I just went, this is boring. Can Ryan be back? This was so much more fun. Number one, I didn't have to talk as much.
Sure.
But this is boring without him.
I mean, I'm like a phone call away, Josh.
I'm coming right back.
Well, just make this thing happen. Let's figure this whole thing out. Pilo on the pregame?
Yeah, Pilo's on the pregame. Talk to him again about just playing meaningful baseball here over the last few months. And also, we got this new guy, Julio Carreras, young man who's got called up from AA. Talked with him about Carreras. Also, Daniel Montano is a guy who earlier this season was buried on the depth chart so much that he was just placed on the development list, which means you're healthy, but we just don't have a spot for you. So you're just going to sit and watch baseball until we have a spot for you. Now he's hitting cleanup And so just what it was like for him making the changes that he's made in order to put himself in this position where he's having a great last month. And again, he's batting cleanup tonight.
If I had an idea of how the rest of the season was going to end, I would say it'd probably be tough to go 11-1 and kind of watch the guys in front of you tumble down. When you're talking in the clubhouse or you're talking to the guys, do they have a realism about them, or is it, hey, we are going for the quote-unquote chance?
You know, I think that most of those conversations, guys just have kind of like internally, you know, there's this, when you play this many games, it's really hard to sit there and just go like, hey, we got to get hyped tonight, because you have to just maintain this same level every day. You know, like the whole idea of like, oh, no, we're trying really hard today. Well, then what were you doing yesterday? And what were you doing the month before that? You know, it's like slow and steady is what wins the race in baseball. It's so much different than football and even basketball, where there's a couple of games a week where, you know, like I'll never forget, you know, Jeff Kent, you know, just the ultimate curmudgeon guy, right? And, you know, in my first year that I was covering baseball as a print reporter, Jeff Kent was on the 2000 Giants. And I remember like going to him after somebody got hurt, you know, and I was like, oh, and asking him some like question that I'm sure I would cringe at if I heard now. And I remember he just looked at me and he was like, you're not going to get we need to give it 110% quote from me. He goes, that's just not how it works. He's like, there's no like trying harder. He's like, you try hard every day, no matter what, you just bring the same thing every day. And I remember just going, okay, so this is cliche, but I've actually come to appreciate that a little bit more, you know, that it has to come within, and that if you're sitting, you know, now there's times that you got to get in a teammate's face and say, no, you're not ready. You're not bringing it. You need to be more focused or whatever. But like guys just don't have those conversations. It's just unspoken, because that's what it means to be a professional baseball player.
So I'm assuming in your fantasy draft, Sushan, you went Cooper Kupp first pick, J.K. Dobbins second pick, and Aaron Rodgers third pick. Is that correct?
You know, it feels like that's how my fantasy team went if you were to look at the number of points that I scored in week one. But fortunately, I did not pick any one of those three.
All right.
In your time covering all the different sports you have covered, obviously primarily baseball, you just made a point that I thought was interesting. Major League Baseball player does seem to come with a different mindset than other sports, because I do feel that NFL player does need that pep talk right now. They do need that energy, like New York Jets player or whatever, to contribute. What do you think is the wiring that's different from baseball to maybe some other sports? Is it the number of games? Is it the clubhouse culture? What is the thing that creates that internal accountability?
I mean, you have to start with just the number of games. Yeah. I mean, just the quantity of games. I mean, you think about if you were to be like hyping up, jumping up and down, you know, like banging helmets into people, you know, like bouncing around and doing like, you know, put it this way, think about a post-game celebration when there's a walk-off. If you were to do that type of thing in the clubhouse or in the dugout before the game, you'd be gassed by May 1st, right? You just can't develop that type of intensity before every game. You're just going to run out of it. You know, so much of it really is a marathon. So much of it is about just preserving your body and just getting yourself ready for tomorrow. That's one of the biggest parts of baseball, is winning today, but also getting yourself ready to do the exact same thing again tomorrow. And, you know, and then you get to a certain point and then it's like, okay, now we got to sprint, right? We've had this steady pace for however many games you want to put that number on. And now we have to sprint. And, you know, in a lot of ways, it's like life too, you know, because of that. You're not just taking one road trip every other weekend. You're a full-on week long in a city, or, you know, or 3 games and you're in the major leagues. And, you know, I think that's also part of minor league baseball, is learning that. You know, in college baseball, you played 3, maybe 4 games a week. And so maybe there's more like rah-rah. High school, it's 1 or 2. The coach is probably really trying to rev you up for those 1 or 2 high school baseball games. Right. That's part of minor league baseball, is learning what it takes.
Cool. Sush, you don't have to go too elaborate right here, because I'm going to ask you this question a bunch at the end of the year. Rocky's got a great young core. I think there's a lot of talent on this Isotopes roster. Who's making a case to make the big league roster next year?
You know, to be honest, everybody who I would give the answer to is already in the big leagues, and that's been the type of the season when the Rockies are rebuilding. Guys get called up. The one that I would say is Michael Peterson, just because he throws 100 miles an hour and he's got a really good slider, right? You know, he's got the frame. He has a fresh arm because he'd been hurt in the past. You know, it's like the most intriguing 29-year-old guy who's in AAA because he's only been in AAA for 2 months. He's 29 years old, but yet he throws 100 miles an hour. He's got this wicked slider, and hardly anybody's ever heard about it. So I think that he just has the tools, and in my mind, he's the most intriguing guy in that clubhouse for what he might be able to do in the big leagues because of what I just mentioned.
Josh, have a very good broadcast tonight, and thank you for taking the time with us.
Thank you for inviting me, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Not tomorrow, because we have a morning game, but the day after.
See you Thursday.
Yeah. All right.
Isn't that the most baseball mentality? We call like a day game a morning game.
Sure. Right. Good point.
Super late for that guy. Cal, kill that phone because we got an echo. Cal, good job at the home office. Van, final words?
Too much for the time allotted, my friend, but anything we didn't cover, make sure you check out tomorrow morning on the opening drive with Jeff and JJ.
I'm going to spend all tonight cutting up Aaron Rodgers highlights, so it should be available pretty quick for whatever. Good job, everyone. GG.
Keep on, okay.